Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 15 of The Road to Doomsday, our rewatch podcast where we go through the entire filmography of the Marvel Cinematic Universe while we approach the release of Avengers Doomsday. I am your host, Connor Mercer, and I'm joined by Trevor Evans.
Yo, yo.
And Francesco La Puma.
Hello, hello.
Today we watched Ant-Man, and I still think it's a pretty good movie. I used to think it was like one of my favorites. I don't think I'm there anymore. But it's still a pretty good movie. I like Scott. I like his relationship, first of all, with everybody, but he has a very special bond with his daughter, Cassie, which is very nice to see. You just feel bad for this guy.
Oh, yeah.
He gets put through the ringer.
Yeah.
All of the ringers.
All of the ringers.
Every single one of them.
He feels like he's already like one of the Marvel vigilantes with what he does to Vista Corp. But instead of being like, oh, I'm a hero, friendly neighborhood Scott Lang, I got thrown in jail for 3 years, and now I can't hold the job at Baskin Robbins. So
anywhere else.
And
so we just saw
Baskin Robbins always finds out.
Baskin Robbins always finds out, man. Baskin Robbins.
Do you think they would have... No, I guess he would have probably not even gone through the hire process. But, like, lying about shit like that will definitely get you fired.
Well, the thing about that is corporate would not want a guy who robbed a company.
Oh, I know. Like, he wouldn't get the job to begin with.
I feel like he'd have better luck with a small business that supports hating the big guy.
Well, yeah, but they needed a product placement.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I don't mean for the purposes of the plot of the movie. Okay. I'm talking about like if Scott Lang needed to get a job and he could find a small business, he'd probably have better luck with them.
Well, yeah.
But
there's not no one hiring ex-cons.
Yeah, it's just there's not enough people hiring ex-cons. Yeah. But anyway, this movie opens very strongly.
1989.
So the cold open.
Cold open. Michael Douglas,
we're in the Triskelion,
yeah,
the Shield
headquarters. Yeah. Michael Douglas, who doesn't look a day over de-aged.
Storms.
I almost said Starks into the lab. Fuck you. He storms into the room.
He
storms into the room. The room which has Howard Stark, Peggy Carter, and the guy whose name I can't remember.
Mitchell Carson.
All high-ranking S.H.I.E.L.D. members who are surprised to see...
Cough shield.
Okay. We'll get to that. Who are surprised to see him because, quote, you're supposed to be in Moscow.
We sent you to Russia.
But Hank, who very clearly has dealt with these guys before, is furious. The straw that broke the camel's back was that they are trying to replicate, quote, his work. Now, we don't get an idea of what that is just yet, but it's implied to be massive.
Yeah, he puts like a little red vial,
red liquid vial, and he's pissed off. He's very pissed off.
Yeah, very.
Howard and Peggy are basically like, well, we kind of need this, and we're hoping to get you on board. And what's his name, Carson? Mm-hmm. Carson's like, if you only protected your wife with such ferocity. And he does what any reasonable man would do and sock this guy in the face.
He doesn't sock him in. He doesn't punch him. He just grabs the back of his head and slams it into the desk.
Oh, I thought he punched him and then slammed his head.
I don't think he punches him.
I think he just
grabs the back of his head and slams it down into the desk.
He grabs the back of his head and slams him onto the desk and quits on the spot.
I give you my resignation. He's like,
we don't accept it.
And then Star's like, well, formally, we don't accept it.
Howard Stark basically gives one last plea for his formula, and Hank ends it with, as long as I am alive, no one will ever get that formula. Storms out of the building. Carson wants to arrest this guy. He wants the S.H.I.E.L.D. arrest this guy. And
like, see, he just kicked you.
He just kicked your ass full size. You really want to know what it's like when you can't see him coming? I've known Howard Stark. I've known Hank Pym for a long time. He's no security risk. Unless we make him one.
Yeah.
Don't push
the button.
Don't push the
ready for button. The smoke.
Then we get the Marvel intro.
And then
we see a prison.
Modern day. San Quentin, San Francisco.
We don't know it's modern day yet.
Okay, we're about to see that it's money.
Yeah.
Bozo.
We see a giant prison rink and...
All right.
We
Facetious
see...
McGee.
Well, we see Paul Rudd before we see that it's present day.
Okay, so
I'm
Paul
just
Rudd's
saying.
character in this movie takes place in 1989, totally.
Well, we don't... I'm just
saying.
saying.
I know. But anyway, he's getting his ass kicked in prison.
Yeah, kind
and
of like
then-
a fight ring.
Yeah, it's like a fight ring, and there's him and this one other dude.
Who's like 500 pounds and
Yeah,
really
he's like
tall.
massive. He's like
pure
double
muscle.
length size.
His name is Peachy.
His name's Peachy.
Peaches,
That's
I
right.
think.
Peaches.
Is it Peachy or Peaches?
Peaches.
I just think of Peaches from like the. He's been on my YouTube Shorts lately.
I think
From Dark Souls.
Wow, I don't have YouTube.
But that's
Shorts, I
only
don't have
because
Dark
I'm on
Souls.
YouTube Shorts right now. Anyway,
he's trying to beat this guy up.
Yeah, and he.
it's like
We don't know that yet.
one. Well, I'm just saying he gets hit like once massively.
Okay.
Right.
And he's thrown all the way back.
Yeah.
And he kind of lowers his guard, like, oh yeah, something, thwack.
What if I come in from this way?
Yeah, what if I come in from this way? Yeah. He's like, you didn't move. And the guy's like, yeah, hey, what up? And he's like, what if I come in and go, bam!
He gets one good shot in.
One good shot in.
Before they hug. I'm going to miss you guys. You have the weirdest going away gifts. And we see that Scott Lang is on his way out of jail.
Yeah.
He's just been released. I think it's, if you see the, what is it, NWIH and HIH? There's a newsreel bonus feature where it basically says he served 3 years of his 5-year sentence. So he's being let out early.
He's getting out early.
Probably for good behavior. That would be my
Definitely
guess.
for good behavior. He's a cat burglar, not a monster.
And
So you get the guards escort him out.
he's escorted
He
out.
goes out to like the parking lot little area.
And we see Louise.
Louise!
Favorite side character in any of these movies.
Best
By far.
character in this movie.
I love this guy. And he's here to pick up his cellmate, Scotty.
Yeah.
I got the van.
Yeah, well, yeah, Lang asks him...
How you been?
How
He's
you
like,
been?
Oh, my grandma died.
No, my girl left
left
me.
me.
My mom died.
My
and
dad
my dad
got
got deported.
But I got
the
the
van.
What an optimistic guy.
Yeah.
So he starts to talk about this job that would be perfect for Scott Lang. And Scott's like, no,
No,
I'm not
I'm
going
out,
back.
man. I'm
not
clean.
going back to jail.
I got a daughter to
I got
take
a daughter
care
to
of.
take care of. You're taking the words right out of my mouth. This is
Yeah,
payback
this
from
is
all of the Avengers episodes.
Yes.
Anyway,
Then we cut.
Now
wait,
you know
no,
how
we
it
don't. No, we
feels.
don't. He says, I have a master's in electrical engineering. I'm going to be fine. I'll find a job like nothing. Welcome to Baskin Robbins. Would you like to try our mango fruit blast? So he's clearly struggling to find a job.
And he has a fake alias. I think
He has a
his name is
fake
Jack.
ID, not a fake ID. It's a fake name tag. It's the
Yeah.
wrong name. I don't remember what the name
I don't
was.
remember
It
the
wasn't
name.
Scott
I
and it
think
wasn't
it's
Lang.
Jack.
It was Jack.
Jack.
It was Jack.
He's working at Baskin Robbins.
We're gonna Baskin Robbins.
And we see...
This guy's trying to buy like a burger.
He's trying to buy anything hot and fresh.
That's what he says
is-
verbatim,
yeah.
hot and fresh.
This is also the guy from, I don't know if anyone's watching Fallout. But
No.
he's
I think he's a
Is he a
notable. Like,
numbskull?
He's a notable
Like-
character in Fallout.
Is
That's
he a
why I
numbskull
mentioned
in
it.
Fallout?
A I mean, kind
Never
of.
heard of the. You've heard of numbskull.
he's definitely like one of those background actors you see in other.
Yeah. I was just like trying to think, like, I recognized him and I'm like, what do I know him from?
Is he in anything else notable?
I just know him from Fallout.
Okay, because I haven't seen Fallout.
But he's dealing with this guy. Then his manager calls him over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, could you deal with this
what was
idiot,
it,
please?
Dale? Yeah.
Hey, Dale,
Hey,
could you
Dale, can
deal
you-
with this idiot, please? So he walks into the manager's office, and the manager knows who he is. 3 years at San Quentin, huh?
Oh, you found out.
out.
Baskin Robbins always finds out.
So his boss has some kind of respect for this.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the story of Scott Lang, the cat burglar who stuck it to the system, and his boss is like, respect, I salute
Yeah.
you, but you're fired.
You're still fired. Well, yeah, you're still fired.
You're still fired.
Because Scott's like, oh,
I'm so glad
he's-
you're okay.
You think he's not being fired
yeah.
in the beginning?
I'm really thankful for this job. Oh, you're fired.
Well,
of
you're
course.
fired, of course.
Definitely a corporate decision. 1,000%. This guy,
Oh, yeah.
if this guy had it was up to him, I guarantee you he would have let him stay.
Dude was like, yeah, it wasn't a violent crime.
It's a cool
crime.
but you're fired.
You're fired.
But tell you what, off the books, if you want to grab one of those mango fruit blasts,
Totally off the books.
I'll pretend I didn't see it.
Yeah.
You could, the next shot, you can see him drinking it.
Yeah, walking
as he
down the
walks down
street. He's finishing it, and he just throws it up. I would have taken the biggest size. I would have been like, fuck this. Taking the biggest size
He gets
I could.
like one of those giant buckets.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Oh,
fills
yeah.
it.
I'd fill it the entire thing.
But anyway, he walks his way back to his apartment with Luis and these other guys.
Yeah, Kurtz, the laptop wizard, and Dave.
Kurt and Dave. And I could remember Kurt and I couldn't remember Dave. Because
I couldn't remember either of their names.
No,
so
I like
don't-
Kurt. We see more of all of them in the sequel, and I like Kurt in the sequel. He's funny. Talking about how there's this perfect job for Scott Lang, and you gotta be, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
What are you
man.
doing? What are you doing,
Why are you
man?
giving my life story to these guys?
Why are you giving them my story?
I'm not doing it. I don't want in. Oh, there's a funny line here where he's like, I didn't rob them. I'm a cat burglar.
Yeah.
So you're a pussy. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't burgle anyone. I didn't rob anyone. I'm a burglar. I just throughout this movie, he just constantly goes back to.
So then he never hurts anybody.
This is true. This is true.
Well, he does eventually.
Well, yeah.
As a cat burglar, he doesn't hurt anybody.
His past, he didn't hurt.
They're trying to persuade him into doing this, but he doesn't want
Just
it.
vehemently denying it.
Yep.
Does not want to do it.
A retired millionaire living off his golden parachute.
Wonder who that could be.
Perfect Scott Lang mark.
The perfect Scott Lang mark.
But he doesn't want to do it.
Now, it kind of jumps back and forth for the first act. Is this when we now see modern Hank Pym, or is there one more scene?
Yes, we're on the road. We go to Pym.
Pymtech, not Pymtech.
Yeah.
Old ass guy pulls up, goes in. Can I see some ID, sir? I think that will suffice.
yeah.
Points to the
I hope that will
giant
suffice.
picture of him, Hank Pym, on the wall, and he's let in. So Hank Pym was invited.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Right this way. Hank Pym was invited to this big event at this company with his name on it that he no longer runs.
It has been a long time since he's been here.
Been a very long
Yeah.
time. He points out that he was not expecting any invite and that it had been a long time.
Yeah.
And this girl shows up and she's like, Darren Cross will see you now, Dr. Pym. Would it kill you to call me Dad?
Sorry, I'm just thinking
You're
of
looking at me like I did something wrong.
No, I just wanted to mention the keychain that we see briefly.
Oh, he's got
pass
a
through
tiny
the
little
metal
tank.
detector.
He's got like a tank toy on his
Because
keychain.
this is the first time we see it, and we see it several times throughout the movie.
He likes tanks. He's got a little
Little keychain of one.
little keychain of a tank.
Definitely a keychain.
Stop saying things. They're gonna get the. They're gonna know.
Yeah, Hank, he walks into like to a little lobby area. He talks with Hope very briefly. Then he
Yeah.
meets Darren. Like, he talks to Darren.
Yeah, Darren comes up to him and he's like, Hank,
There's very much
Welcome.
some tension
welcome.
between-
Yeah.
There's more visible tension between Hope and Hank, and initially there isn't a whole lot of tension between Darren and Hank, but there will be. We'll see
there
it.
will
It's
be.
there. We just don't see it yet. But we will see it very soon.
So Darren
Literally
shows him
next
something.
scene.
Yes, he takes him on the grand tour. He takes him to the.
And Mitch, we also know Mitchell Carson.
Oh yeah, Mitchell
is
Carson
also
is
there.
Yes.
there representing somebody. He doesn't work for Pymtech. He's just there representing somebody.
Yeah.
But anyway, they go into this lab of scientists and they talk about rumors of the Ant-Man. And there's old footage of these.
Not yet.
I
We
see,
go to a
yeah.
lab first, and they show a model of the redesigned building.
Oh yes, and we see that it's what is it called? Cross tech, not cross tech.
technology.
It is cross tech.
It is cross tag, yeah.
I thought because I know it's Pymtech. I didn't know if they used a different.
No, he
tech
just-
word.
he just-
He just took his name,
He just took
Changed
the name off, yeah, and put his name up.
and Hank gives him a look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
dude. Like, seriously?
But that's when they start talking about the rumors of the Ant-Man, and we see some old film footage, old footage of these guys being pulled from tanks and a turret gun turning itself, and every time it zooms in, there's this little tiny silhouette of something that looks almost like a man.
And then he gets to the last one, which definitely looks like a person.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. But Darren ends his speech with, Hank, what did you say every single time I asked you, was the Ant-Man real? And Hank
Just
responds,
a tall tale.
just a tall tale. So then they go into the next room. And
He's like,
do we see
no longer a tall tale.
Yeah, it's not a legend anymore.
It's not a legend
anymore.
anymore.
Do we see it immediately, or is it?
Yeah, we see the yellow jacket.
Okay, so we do see it immediately. It's a little
100%.
tiny suit that they then zoom in on.
So it's a suit.
It's a vessel, but they show this comedically. Obviously, propaganda like war.
Oh my
war
god!
Product.
Like,
not even like government product, like war product.
The
sales
war
pitch.
propaganda.
It's
sales
so
pitch,
comedically like old era Tony Stark.
Yeah, like the shot of each one stepping up, going small and going up. I'm like, how much more propaganda war times do we want to get?
It makes it look really cool. Another $100 trillion to the Secretary of Defense.
Just get people talking.
Get people talking.
Oh yeah.
So it's this propaganda video for the Yellow Jacket, which is a vessel suit. That allows the wearer to shrink and be undetected by enemies. It's a suit. It's an armor. It's a suit of armor, but it's a suit. It's a weaponized suit of armor.
Yeah, he shows them infiltrating, assassinating,
being badass, etc., etc., etc.
Hiding in a briefcase.
Getting top secrets.
Yeah, top secrets. I like that.
Top secrets.
So while this is happening, Hank, I think, is giving kind of like looks to Hope. Like,
like, how close is he, dude? Like, what's going on?
He'll say it explicitly soon. He'll ask it explicitly soon, but he is giving her looks like, oh, I don't know about this.
Yeah. And then there's one guy.
I think
his name is Frank.
It's a
Frank, yeah.
So it's a suit. It's a vessel. Don't be crude. Imagine what our enemies could do with this tech. And he's such a comedic, evil moment. Like, puts his hand on his shoulder. I value your opinion, Frank. Let's talk about it.
He loves to put his hand on people's shoulders in this movie. He does it so many times.
He's an interesting character, that's for sure.
He loves grabbing shoulders.
But then, as they're escorted out of the room, Carson is like, I'll give you 20% over the asking price in cash in 2 weeks. Deal. So he's already made his first.
He hasn't even actually figured this tech out yet, and he's already made.
He can shrink stuff.
Inorganic.
He can't shrink people or animals or organics.
He can't shrink anything organic.
But he's already made a sale.
Yes.
He's got 2 weeks now.
So a little bit before that, while everyone's leaving the room, Hank actually talks directly to Darren.
There's a reason I buried these secrets. So you finally admit it.
Yeah.
We could have done this together, Hank. But no. What does he say? I was about to start quoting fucking the Penguin. You just had to be the man. That wasn't the Penguin. That was, World's Greatest Detectives. But what does he say at the end of that?
That's why you're the past.
That's why you're the past.
Yeah.
And I'm the future.
Don't do this.
Don't do this. I already have. And then Hope walks up to Carson. Yeah, that's when Carson buys it, basically flat out. Mm-hmm. Then Hope walks up to Hank. We need to do something. Let me make a move. I have his.
He still can't shrink a live
subject. He still can't shrink a live subject.
But Hank basically says, "I may have found a guy." And then we cut to the birthday party.
Yeah, because she's begging to put the suit. Let me wear the suit. I can take care of this. And she's like, before it's too late. And he's like, well, it might not be too late. I think I found a guy. Yeah.
So then we find Scott Lang at this child's birthday party, and we see that it's his daughter, Cassidy. Yeah. How old is she? 5, 6,
8?
8?
No.
Because she's not. I think she's 8 in And the Wasp.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. She's young.
She's young. She's a very young child. She's the youngest. She might be the youngest MCU character thus far. Let's just say she's 5. It's a child's birthday party. She's older than 3. We know that much.
Yes.
So he walks in. He has like a gift bag.
He's got a gift bag.
He's got a gift bag. Pumpkin.
They make it very clear that he was not invited to this party.
Yeah, he's like...
His ex-wife...
I'm sorry I'm late. I didn't know when the party started. It was on the invitation.
The new fiancé...
stepdad comes
He didn't get an invitation, but he came anyway. So he gives her the gift, which is an ugly-ass bunny.
And she...
You're my bestest friend. She loves it. It's so ugly. I love it.
I'm going to go show Mommy. Runs off. Oh, no, you don't have to.
Mommy's so happy you're here. She choked on her drink. But yeah, he basically gets ushered outside. You can't be here.
You can't do
owe us
this.
child support.
It's my
Blah blah
fault.
blah
Yeah.
blah.
You know, I could arrest you right here.
Yeah.
Nice to see you too.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name again? It's
Paxton.
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 Is that his
Ass
last
hat.
name?
They call him Pax.
I call him asshat.
Well, that's what Scott calls him.
Exactly.
Um,
and he is.
we'll
Through
see.
this entire movie, except at the end, he's an asshat. All right.
I think he's just protective. He's a
protective
I don't think
asshat.
I don't think he changes as a person. I think we just see him a different light at the end.
Fair enough.
I don't think he's an asshat. I think he's just portrayed as one.
He's portrayed
thus
as an
far.
ad. Yeah.
Especially since he's like the obstacle that's
Well, yeah,
preventing him.
It's hard. It's on purpose.
Yes, but he's the obstacle. He and his wife are the obstacle for Scott to see his daughter. He wants desperately to be a part of her life.
He's trying to change.
He's basically changed, and
He's trying to
convince
get
them,
a job. He's trying to pay child support.
and he
He's
just
trying to
physically
do all these-
cannot.
Yeah.
And she tells him point blank, pay child support, and then we will
Get
talk
an-
about
get an
visitations.
apartment, pay child support, and then we'll talk about visitation.
Be the person she thinks he is.
Yeah,
Cassidy.
Cassie thinks you're a hero already.
Yeah.
Be the hero she already thinks you are.
And that's a prevalent theme throughout the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
So then he gets in Luis's van. I think it plays the horn by
Yeah. Not him.
No,
he winks
plays,
at her and then he
plays
lands
it.
on the horn. And she kinda chuckles at
that.
But does it immediately?
That moment will be important.
It will be. But does it cut?
That he plays.
It cuts to Darren.
It does cut to Darren. Okay, is this the bathroom?
Yes.
So, this guy Frank, who works at Darren Tech,
Darren
Tech, washing his hands after having used the bathroom, and out of nowhere, here comes Darren Cross.
Well, we see him going to the bathroom and just finishing, and he turns around into
there's
Darren. Yeah.
But
And then he goes to wash his hands.
they have this very sudden impromptu conversation about the suit, the vessel.
Sorry you didn't like it. Yeah, well, you know.
We can't always do what we want.
It'd be nice,
Hugh,
though.
Hugh.
And he's like,
Frank's basically like, we need to rethink this, and almost immediately, zap. He's shot with the shrinking gun.
He had like half a thought. Like he
Yeah.
said half a thought before he even got through the full thought. He gets. So we haven't worked out all the kinks yet.
Yeah, he shrinks him into this little tiny
Glob.
glob.
Yeah.
So he's
He's
super
dead.
duper dead. I hope he's dead. I would not want to be sentient in there.
I don't think I think he's
he's
very
dead.
much dead. It's very much to show us
Yeah, I know
Darren
that.
has not figured out how to shrink a lot.
He wipes him off the floor and flushes him
down the toilet.
Goodbye,
Yeah.
Frank. And then when
And
he washes his
yeah,
hands,
he looked like
he looks at himself in the mirror and he stops washing his hands, and you can almost see for like a moment where he's thinking about, am I in too deep? Now he's not going to ever come out of this hole, but he kind of gives himself a look in the mirror.
I took it more of like maniacal, not mechanical.
No,
Maniacal,
I could kind of see that, but the way he looks at himself, it's like the tiniest hint of disgust.
I didn't get any disgust out of that look.
If it was a maniacal, like not triumphant, but
I wouldn't say triumphant.
He stopped washing it. His hands completely stopped as he just looked at
Yeah,
himself.
but I
There's something going on in
still
there,
would
that's
not
for sure.
call it disgust at himself.
There's a moment of recognition.
There's a moment
Something,
of
yeah.
recognition,
He recognizes that he's doing
but I wouldn't
something.
go far into disgust.
It feels like he's wondering if he's too deep. That's just the way I
Maybe.
interpreted it.
Okay.
But then almost immediately it cuts to him and Hope at dinner.
Yeah.
And he's completely embraced this bastardization. I know he shit talks Hank a lot. Does he shit talk Hank at this dinner?
Yeah.
He shit talks
Every
Hank
chance he
every
gets,
time he's on
just
screen.
making sure.
Forgiveness.
Yeah.
Yes, he talks about gratitude, forgiveness. I forgive Hank for being a piece of shit because now I'm a piece of shit, but I'm a successful piece of shit.
We can evolve past his failures and be our own.
And Hope just kind of says, "You're a success, Darren. You deserve everything that's coming your
Yeah.
way." And he of course,
Not a flat out lie.
it's not a lie.
Yeah.
Completely, he is a success, and he does deserve what he's gonna get.
Yes.
After that, we have a very quick scene of Scott like in the van.
He's in the van in front of a. He's on the side of the street in the van.
He's like
doing math.
It's like a
on his-
diner or something like
It's
that,
a-
or something.
Or like
It's
a
a-
gas
it's a
station.
Gas station,
Or
maybe. Yeah.
convenience store.
He's doing math to figure out when he could see Casey again if he got a real job.
Casey?
Cassidy.
Cassidy? Okay.
Fucking-
Stop. Take a deep breath.
Shh. I'm over fucking tired.
Her name's Carl.
Cassie.
Her name is Carl.
Fucking.
But he does
his daughter. You all know who I'm talking about. It
He does this impromptu math on his notepad.
377 days.
370 days till I can see Cassie, and he has this exasperated look of defeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He cannot live with that.
Yeah.
So he gets back to the apartment. They're playing, I had to stop and look. They're playing Xbox One. And I know that because I paused it for like 2 minutes looking at the controller. I thought it was an Xbox 360 controller at first, but the way it's shaped, when he puts it on the table, there's no battery pack. So you can tell it's the one controller. So they're playing Xbox One when Scott Lang comes in. Hey, Scotty, how was the birthday party? Doesn't say a word. Takes a beer, takes a giant swig. I want to know about that tip. Yeah, let's go.
Everyone gets
Luis,
excited.
no.
You
I need to
serious?
know
You
it's
serious?
Airtight.
Let's go. Airtight.
Yeah.
I can't do this justice. Would anyone like to attempt to do the Luis
I
story?
cannot do the movie story justice.
So then we're just going to go ahead and say that Luis gives a very entertaining story of how he got
It's like
this tip.
the best part of any
The
of
movie.
these movies.
Both of the Ant-Man movies.
Yeah.
Whenever Luis
This
tells
moment,
a story,
yeah.
it's very fast-paced, and when the characters talk, you see the characters, but when they talk, it's Luis's voice.
It's Luis's voice over the characters, and the characters are miming the words that Luis is saying.
Yeah, and it's very amusing.
As if that's actually what they're saying
Yes.
in the moment.
Yeah, dude. Crazy stupid fines.
Crazy vibe.
I know that's a little later, but it's...
No,
it's
yeah. Oh, it's so
Stan
good.
Lee with Louise's voice. It's just peak. But anyway, he basically
That's the
says
cameo
he knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a girl who knows a guy who works for this old ass rich dude who's got a safe and he's gone for a week. Let's work with that.
Yeah.
So then they get to work. They're
Old dude has safe, gone for week.
so they get to work. They're fixing up the van. They're installing like a winch on it.
There's a montage of them
Like,
preparing.
they're-
Well, the van's at the
They're
workshop.
doing It's like a cat burglar montage.
Yeah. They're paying
doing
people
things.
off to get like a costume.
They need the electricity suit so they don't look. So he looks normal. You know, working on the power line.
Yeah.
You know, at one point we see Scott working on like the alarm mechanism to shut off.
We
the
see
alarm.
a short clip of what's his name? Stealing the license plate.
Dave.
Oh yeah, Dave steals.
I
the
almost
license
called him
plate.
Frank, but Frank's dead. But
They're
anyway,
looking at a map.
they're looking at the map. They're plotting out the heist.
Yeah.
He gives them They're at the table. He gives them a waffle on the table.
Oh yeah, earlier
Oh,
it's
yeah,
mentioned
yeah,
that
'cause,
Luis makes waffles.
Yeah.
I'll take one of those waffles.
Ready to be a donkey? I'm making waffles. But anyway, then comes the night of the heist. Big night, big heist.
We see Kurt like on the telephone.
Yeah, he disables
No
the
one making
landlines.
any
He
distress
cuts
calls.
the landlines and he jams cell signals. So no one's making any calls.
No distress signals.
And the rest of them are in the van.
Yep.
Scott
Then
gears up.
Scott gears up.
He hops the fence.
You know I'm here. You know we're here for you if things go bad, right? They're not gonna go bad.
Yeah.
Jumps out of the van.
I love it when he gets cocky.
He jumps the fence. He climbs the wall. He shuts down the house's burglar alarm.
Yeah.
He-
We see it's like a 15-minute timer,
20.
20-minute timer.
And he,
No,
goes,
does he climb through the window or does he go through the door?
he goes through the window.
He goes through the window.
window.
Yeah. He cuts like the thing and then opens it up.
He makes his way down the stairs. He takes the keys. I
the
believe.
keys to the safe, or
Yeah.
the door that
The
leads
door
to the safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
And then they need a fingerprint.
he
He opens the door. There's a
ran into
fingerprint scanner on the lock.
Oh,
Oh man, are we screwed?
Someone
Not
didn't tell
necessarily.
me about that.
So he does some
He
improvisation.
improvises. He
He
grabs
improvises.
some tape, a ring, and some what is it?
Glue or something
Some
like
kind
that.
of
Yeah, like
some kind of
adhesive.
paste.
Yeah.
Some kind of
Yeah.
liquid
He's able
paste.
to get the fingerprint off the doorknob.
He uses the tape to rip off a fingerprint from a doorknob.
Off.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what he does. He rips
He
the
just,
tape off.
I wouldn't. Okay.
He puts a piece of tape on the doorknob and yanks it off.
Okay.
That's what he does.
He does it a lot more carefully than the descriptive word of yanking.
He removes the tape from the doorknob. Puts the tape down face up. He puts the ring on it. He pours the paste in. He turns on the stove, hovers it over. He makes a pseudo finger with Hank's fingerprint, which he presses onto the lock and he goes in.
And it opens.
And there's the safe, and it's made of solid steel, same thing as the
What was it
Titanic.
called?
Carbondale.
Super old door.
Super old, manufactured in like the early 1900s,
Well,
like the
they don't
1910s.
do well against cold.
So he
Remember the
pours,
Titanic? Yeah, killed everyone. That shit killed DiCaprio.
killed everyone,
So
not old lady. So then he
running
pulls
around the room. He gets a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he's gathering stuff. He drills a hole into the lock. He pours water in it and then
Liquid
fills it with nitrogen, which
To
freezes
freeze
the
it.
water.
Yeah.
Ice
Expanding
expands. Steel does it. He hangs up a tarp to catch the screws that are inevitably going to go flying. Then an air-inflated mattress to cushion the door as it goes down. Blink, 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 blink. The whole safe bursts open. Door falls down. Scott's triumphant. He's happy. He goes inside.
We did it.
There's nothing in there. No
Just
cash,
an
no
old
jewels, no
motor-
nothing. No, it's
just
an old motorcycle suit.
There's no money, but there is a bunch of vials.
Yeah, I wonder what those vials are.
He just all it takes is the motorcycle suit.
Well, he's got to take something.
Yeah.
He did all this work.
All this work for nothing.
Why? And he asks a little later, like, why go through all that trouble for just a suit? Like,
Yeah.
why lock it behind all that?
Why'd you lock up this? But anyway,
Then very quickly, while Scott's doing that, we see an ant.
Yes,
With a tiny
with
little
a tiny
camera
little
on it.
camera on it. Yeah.
and then we see
Hank-
Hank observing.
Yeah,
In a big like monitor room.
Yeah.
multiple monitors.
He knows what's happened.
Yeah.
I understand that we're going to see where this room is, but for some reason, this rewatch is when I clicked that it's in the house. For some reason, I didn't know this.
Really?
Remember the building in Ant-Man and the Wasp? I thought that's where Hank was at this point.
No.
And then I rewatched the movie for this, and later on when he opens the door to the monitor room, we're like, oh.
Then we cut back to Darren. He's doing testing on a poor little.
I thought we were using rats.
What's the difference?
All right, bring in 34C.
So basically, the long story
Fails.
short on this one.
Bring in 35C.
Yeah, that's basically the long story short. They try and shrink
The lamb.
and
Leading lamb to slaughter.
Yeah.
I like the image.
and it turns into the same gloop that poor Frank did, and
Yeah.
they bring in another lamb, and that's and you can see that Hope is like
Like they literally
disgusted.
We get a shot of them leading the lamb down the hall, and it's like so symbolic of leading the lamb to slaughter.
Yeah. So it's still not working.
Still not working.
Nope.
They're trying to figure this out. Now, I want to note this real quick. In this particular scene, they're doing it by the books. They're writing down the data. He's doing not the narration, the audio logs of it. We'll see later how that changes. But what's the next scene?
In the bathroom with Scott.
Bathroom with Scott. He's washing his face. He's
And we see-
taking it all in, and he looks at the suit. Why would you lock up this? And he puts it on.
Yeah. He puts it on, looks at himself in the mirror. It's not
Starts
enough, so he's
backing
step
up.
back
He
in
steps into the tub.
Then he hears Louise
They
come in.
all come back to the apartment. He's
Yo,
like,
Scott.
closes the shower curtain like he's embarrassed.
Yeah, he's like,
doesn't want to be
what are
caught
these
dead in
buttons?
this suit.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's button.
Clicks the left one, doesn't do anything.
Before he clicks the buttons, he pulls out the vials in the suit's sides.
That's before he even puts it on.
It is?
Yeah.
He's tinkering. I think he plugs it in, like starts charging it or something.
Yeah, he starts monkeying with the like electronics of it,
Okay.
essentially.
Then he puts
And
it
while
on.
doing that, he like grabs the vial, looks at it, like does.
You
this
can see that it's liquid because there's an air tiny
There's an
air
air bubble, yeah. and
But
then he
I
puts it
wanted
back.
to stress that
and
there's.
then he puts the suit on.
I just wanted to stress that there is in fact PIM particles in the suit.
Yes.
So he presses. It's the left hand he starts with, right?
Yes, he starts with the left hand.
Nothing
like 3
happens.
times.
Clicks the right hand, and he's
Instantly shrinks.
Super cool, like shot of like of shrinking
Yeah.
down in the bathtub.
Whole new perspective, isn't it,
and
Scott?
we can hear Hank speaking to him through the suit. And then Luis comes in to take a shower.
Oh no, he comes in, turns the water on
He
first.
turns on the water.
Turns on the water. To trial by fire, Scott.
or in this case, water.
I love how it's so obviously not real water because the way
Yeah.
the water's moving, it's like a tsunami. when in real life, you turn on the water, it just goes. Psh, but this is like violent water flinging Scott. It's so violent it flings him out of the bathtub somehow.
Luis is getting naked.
Yeah, he's
Pulls
taking his pants down. He's like,
Oh, I don't want
wanna
to see this. And the belt flings him into the ground
like a
vent.
crack. Like,
And he falls to the
Falls to the floor.
There's a big party going on.
Big party.
Yeah.
And he's trying to survive his surroundings as
He lands on a record player.
I almost said he's an inch. He's not even an inch. He's like a millimeter.
He's an ant.
Yeah, he's literally like a millimeter tall.
Yeah, he's tiny.
Little tiny Scott.
He gets off. He's avoiding the stomps of the
Yeah,
people.
the
Stomps of the people. Then there's a vacuum cleaner. Then there's a rat. Then there's a
rat,
mouse
then-
chap.
Yeah.
Or is the rat first and then the vacuum cleaner?
Well,
No, it's the vacuum cleaner
It's
first.
vacuum cleaner, and then he like shoots out of a vacuum cleaner,
And then the rat
and then
starts
the rat,
chasing him.
yeah.
Then he jumps off of a mouse trap, goes flying through the wall or the window.
He lands outside.
Lands on
As it's raining, lands on
on
a
a-
taxi cab.
yeah,
But he's small.
There's a little- as he's still
tiny
small,
little dent in
There's
the
a
top
plank
of
on the
it.
roof. The cab driver like looks up at it confused.
like, huh?
Scott re-enlarges and then plunk. What
big-
the hell?
Not bad for a first test drive.
Keep
the suit.
I'll be in touch. No,
No,
thank you.
no, thank you.
Without consulting anybody, Scott throws the suit in his backpack, runs into Hank's house. He
breaks in
throws,
again.
breaks in again.
Breaks in.
Throws
to
the
give it
suit
back.
in the vault, and as he's making his way out, he's arrested.
We don't really see him. Oh yeah, we do. Never mind. And then yeah,
Freeze! No, I wasn't stealing
Hey,
something. I was
I just
returning
returned
something. I
my
just,
store.
and he's arrested.
Yep.
And then
And
we
we
see
really
Paxton.
They were really
They were really rooting for you.
Well, we cut back to the cell that he's in now.
Yeah, he's in a
Paxton's
cell
looking at him.
with
And
Paxton.
then his lawyer arrives to talk to
my
him.
lawyer.
And it's Hank Pym.
Yeah.
Scott, I'm starting to think you prefer the inside of a jail cell.
He recognizes his voice, and we see a very quick cut of the ants.
Yeah, ants covering the security camera.
And he says two things. He starts by saying, they're right about you. As soon as things get hard, you go right back to stealing. Now you could spend the rest of your life in prison or go back to your cell and await further instructions.
Yeah.
Without elaborating, he leaves.
Yep.
So then Scott's escorted back to his cell and he gets
Well, when
there.
he leaves, we can see the ants uncovering,
Also
and we get a
leaving.
POV shot from the security camera
Yeah.
of it barely catching Hank as he's walking out the door,
Yeah.
which would be important.
Then he gets back to the cell, and these little ants come in with his little tiny
Yeah,
thing.
he's just like sitting there. He hasn't noticed them yet, but we have because it's focused on it,
Yeah.
obviously.
We should know at this point. Hank tells Scott that he let him steal the suit.
Oh, yeah, that's very important.
I knew we were forgetting something in that.
He specifies that he went through all this effort to let him steal
steal
the
the
suit.
suit, yeah.
We get a bunch of quick shots of him paying off the cleaner.
Yeah.
Who tells so and so, who tells so and so, who tells Luis, who tells
He's
Scott.
like Hank was the originator of the giant train that happened during this story.
Giant train, huh?
Yes.
Second chances don't come around all that much. So next time you think you might see one, I suggest you take a real close look at it.
Yes. So he gets back to the cell, and the ants deliver a little tiny thing which enlarges.
We cut back to Cassie's room. She's playing with the evil
Are you
doll.
sure
the
you
rabbit.
want this toy?
Or she says, "You don't want another one." She's no. Is
She
Daddy a
No,
bad
I
man?
want this one.
Yeah.
He's not a bad man. He just gets confused
confused
sometimes.
And then we cut back to
Then
the
we
cell.
so Scott's in the jail cell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically the ants bring him the Ant-Man suit.
Yeah.
And then the ants like
Enlarge it,
form
yeah.
a bunch of numbers.
10, 9, and
eight.
then he starts getting
He
into
frantically puts the suit on.
somehow gets it on within 4 seconds because we see 4, 3 with him in the suit and just needs to get the helmet on. So somehow
Well, if you put it on like pants, you sit down on the edge of the bed, you just yank it up all the way, put on the gloves, smash the
it
helmet
still
on.
feels a lot of a suit to put on.
He also ran out of
4
time. Like if that guy
seconds.
hadn't been drinking his coffee, you would have seen him.
True. But I'm just saying, we see him not in the
He
suit
puts the suit
at
on
9 seconds.
He's also a cat burglar, so he probably has to.
And-
He's probably
okay,
used
yes,
to putting
but you're
clothes on
still-
very quickly.
Jesus Christ. All right, Connor, go over there. We'll turn around, and then we'll turn back around after 4 seconds. We'll see how much you can dress yourself in that time.
I'd have to take these off first.
Sure. Just
You're the one who asked.
prove the point. And just saying, we see 9 seconds, and then he decides to put the suit on, and then the next time we see the ants counting down, they're at 4.
Okay.
That's
He puts on the suit.
not a lot of
the
time.
point is, he puts on the Ant-Man suit.
Yes.
And the cop,
Miraculously
the cop,
within
the
4
guard
seconds.
takes a big swig of his coffee. He looks over and Scott's gone.
Yes.
He sounds the alarm. Beep, beep, beep. Where's Scott? Where's Lang? I don't know. He just disappeared.
Slide under the door.
We're gonna set up a 5-block perimeter. So then Scott,
Hank is guiding
Scott
Scott through
and there's
the
these
prison.
ants, and one of them has a saddle, a little tiny ant saddle, which he climbs on.
Well, he gets outside of the prison and he goes over like a curb, and then ants start approaching him, and he's like,
Now, one thing I thought was really funny, and they'll do this the whole movie. Whenever he's small, they'll use like large people sound effects. Like when the flying ant comes in, they have like it's so obviously a helicopter.
yeah, oh yeah.
It's shot.
like
It's,
in
the
an
scene
equate.
the scene is shot like the ant's a helicopter, and the ant's wings sound like a helicopter.
Yeah.
And it's just very amusing the way they portray the world as like just a tiny version of the. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, he climbs onto the ant.
Step on the thing and get on the damn ant.
So then the ant escorts him, flies onto
This
the cop
ant
car.
is also 247, by the way, aka Anthony.
We'll get to that. Okay,
Did he mess up the numbers? Like, is it
Yeah, he's
248?
like, yeah.
There's a lot of
During this
ants.
whole thing, he's like, they have number, and he's like, during like the whole like action sequence of Scott
Hank
like
is trying
going
to
through.
remember
this,
what
he's
number
like,
the ant
maybe it
is.
was 248. No, it's 247. It is 247.
But we can see in this scene that Scott and Anthony are on a police car, then they're on a trolley, then they're getting flung around.
In the trolley,
As they're in
lands
the trolley,
hair,
we see a
lands on
newspaper talking about Sokovia.
Yeah. I was
to
just
blame
trying to.
for
I was just
Sokovia.
about to mention that, but yeah.
But Scott's getting very nauseous.
Yeah.
He's getting flung around. You know, he's not used
The
to.
final straw is when the ant gets launched upwards by the steam coming
Like
from
steam,
a manhole.
Can we just take a moment? What happens if I throw up in the?
Do not throw up in the helmet, Scott.
Do not throw up in my helmet.
But then he faints, and then he falls off the ant, and the ant flies down,
Anthony.
and then it cuts to black.
Yeah.
Anthony.
And then it cuts to Scott Lang. In whose pajamas are these? In a bed.
With Hope just
glaring
glaring at.
She's not even looking at him. She's on her phone, like typing something.
Yeah.
And he's trying to ask questions, and she doesn't answer any of them except for what question does he ask? She doesn't answer who are you. She doesn't answer where am I.
Have you been standing there watching me sleep this whole time?
Yes. So that's what she says. And then
And he-
Dr. Pym will see you now when she leaves. Oh wait, no, before she does, she mentions that there's a bunch of ants on the floor.
Well, he goes to leave the bed to go like talk to her as
Yeah.
like a human face to like you know.
And there's
you know
just
how
a
people
shit
do.
ton of ants on
And
the
he goes,
floor.
"Whoa! What are those?"
Bullet ants. They're ranked 1 on the Schmidt Pain Index. They're here to keep an eye on you when I can't. Dr. Pym will see you now, and she just leaves.
Yeah.
So he slowly
I don't
tiptoes his
step
way.
on you. You don't bite me. Deal.
Tiptoes his way to the bedroom door, which he makes it through.
We
and
see the
Hope
ants,
and
like,
Hank.
parting.
Hope and he comes in as Hope. Hope is talking about how they don't need this guy, and Hank's just like, "I'm sure you've met my daughter, Hope. Yep, she's great." And Hank basically gets him up to speed. There's a lot of exposition here. So basically,
There's a moment that I
You know that
like.
Hope called the cops during.
Yes.
Returning.
I go
Sorry.
through all this effort to get you to let you steal my suit, and Hope has you arrested.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a new mission. There's a greater reason for why he want him to use
Do
the
you
suit.
want sugar in your tea?
Yeah, thank you. And there's just 2 ants pushing the sugar cube.
That's
You know what?
all right. I'm
fine.
good. And they just turn around. How do you get them to do that?
And he's like, ants can lift.
Ants can lift 50 times their weight.
Yeah,
Okay,
but how do you
they
do
make
that?
Oh, I talked to them, and he shows like the
earpiece,
neuro
the
thing,
neurotransmitter?
whatever it is. He's like, I talk to them,
Yeah.
send them wavelengths to get them to do my bidding, basically.
Yeah.
So Scott has questions, and Hank brings.
He has one question.
Who are you? Where am I? Can I go back to jail?
It's during this part, Hope is late to meet Cross, so she leaves.
Yeah.
She's
So that was
gone.
just him and Hank. And then they go down to the basement.
And he talks about there's a lot going on.
There's
in
a
this scene.
lot in this scene.
But he basically
He tells
says,
them that, 20 years ago he made a formula that can, the Pym part.
shrink the
Yes.
shrink the distance between atoms, and no one was able to get it for years, and then one guy's now finally able to replicate this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Darren is getting close.
Yeah.
His young protege.
His young protege. And he basically says to Scott that he needs him to... What is it? He says something specifically. He's like, you need to be the hero that your daughter thinks you are.
He's basically bringing back up, hey, you need to do this for your daughter.
Learned that Hope was a deciding vote in kicking him
Yes.
out.
Oh yeah, Hank Pym got
he was
kicked
no
out of...
longer Pymtech's director, CEO, whatever.
There's a big rift between Hank and Hope.
Yeah, she was the deciding vote.
Yeah.
She's the lead. She's the top. She's the leader of the board too.
Yeah, and
Or
she
the
was
head
the
of the board.
yeah, she
Head of the
was
board.
the deciding vote in the matter of him keeping his position or not.
But she came back to Hank once she found out he was
How close
to making-
Darren
Yeah.
Cross was to
And how
replicating the
crazy
Ant-Man stuff.
It's also important to note the making the formula messes with brain chemistry.
Yes,
which is why-
that's
And they
very-
don't believe that Darren knows this yet.
Yeah.
But it's
No.
not. It's not being exposed to the formula. It's the shrinking process itself
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the formula.
Without
with
a
the
helmet.
form-
without
the
the helmet protecting
the
your brain.
specialized helmet,
Yeah.
which Darren probably has not made.
So Hank wants Scott's help because everyone deserves a shot at redemption, and if he can help, he can redeem himself for Cassie.
Yes.
And then
Be the hero.
Scott's
like, my days of
breaking and
into
entering
places
and stealing shit are
done.
over. What do you want me to do? I want you to break in and place and steal some shit.
So then,
Then we come back to Cassie's house. Paxton gets a text of the lawyer.
Yeah.
which Hank
Hey,
Pym-
the lawyer
Hank
was
Pym.
Hank Pym. The Hank from, Pym Tech.
And then Cassie's like, "Are you looking for my daddy?" "Yes, sweetheart. I hope
And
you
we
don't find him." He kind of just gives like an awkward look and leaves.
Then we come back to the experiments. Now Darren is now on the ground floor manually.
And he's
Yeah,
desperate.
manually,
He's
yeah.
not recording anything in his logs.
No, he doesn't have like the suit jacket on. He has like a ruffled tie.
He's
you
doing
know.
it himself. He drags the shrinking thing over. And
You
that,
just see one lab guy there
Yeah.
with the tablet.
the lamb is inside like some container, some specialized container.
So he turns
He turns on the machine and blip, and the lamb is tiny.
It works.
It works.
And he has like this creepy like evil moment
It's like
where he's like
he's got the Eureka face, but like evil.
yeah, and then he poor
flicks
little
the-
lamb. He flicks the lamb
goes,
cage, and the lamb goes. "Rah!" And you're just
If
like,
it's any
"Oh."
comfort, they would have had to immediately confirm that they can be re-enlarged, which means the lamb is probably fine.
Probably yes,
Not guaranteed,
but not
but
yet.
probably.
Also, his brain chemistry is fucked up now.
Well, it's a lamb.
Still,
Crazy lamb.
It's a stupider lamb.
it's a crazy lamb now. Poor lamb.
Lamb man.
So then, are we back to Hank Pym's house?
We go back to the lab. We get some more.
Give him
lore.
the human fruit screw chopper.
Hank tells Scott about Mitchell Carson, ex-head of defense at S.H.I.E.L.D., now in the business of toppling government.
Yes. Is this where we find out?
Darren Cross is going to unleash chaos with Yellowjacket. They don't go in and destroy the data and the suits.
Oh yeah, and Scott's like, I think our first move should be to call the Avengers.
Avengers, yeah.
And Hank just kind of storms away.
I spent my entire life keeping my tent of a Stark. I'm not going to hand deliver
it
this.
to one now.
This isn't just some Iron Man
He says
suit.
it's not some cute technology like the Iron Man suit. This could change the texture of reality.
They're too busy dropping cities out of the sky.
Yeah, they're too busy. Yeah, so we get Sokovia mention, we get Avengers mention, we get Iron Man mention. Cool stuff.
Fun little world building there.
Yeah.
He mentioned the ants need a leader, and Hank can't physically be. I don't
Yeah,
know if
he-
he-
It took a toll on him.
Scott's
He wore it for
asking
years.
why. He can see that he's not letting hope. So he's like, well, why don't you do it? He's like, it's taking a toll on me. Why don't you send the ants? They are ants.
They
Scott.
need a leader.
They need a leader.
They need a leader.
Is this now?
Then
this-
eventually Hope comes in. There are days left now.
Not months like
Yeah.
they originally thought.
And she wants to wear the suit.
He's not ready, and I am. Put me in it.
But Hank wants her close to Baron rather
Yeah.
than being in the
Baron?
Any
Darren.
Darren.
anything but her in a suit, basically.
So they kind of argue a bit, I think, and then they give you. I think Hank leaves at this point.
Yeah.
He kind of storms out. Hope and Scott give like a kind of like a look, like right here we go. And Scott doesn't ultimately he doesn't think he's the guy. He's like she should really be doing this. It's
Yeah.
not me. And then we get the mention of why Hank can't wear the suit. It's a little bit later. He took a toll on him from wearing it for so many years, and Scott's the only option. because Hank wants to help Scott earn the look of love and respect in their daughters.
And that they're saving the world not for them, but for her.
Yeah.
For the next generation.
Hey, do it for your daughter, dude.
Okay.
Come on.
To a training montage.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Where they
While
try to help
we're on the
squad.
topic, when he mentions Cassie, he talks about how Hope used to look at him like he was the best man in the world, and now she basically contempt. And
Hank
doesn't
said
want that
Cassie
for Scott.
looked like Hope looked at him younger.
He doesn't want what happened to him and Hope to happen to Scott and Cassie.
Yeah.
He sees himself in Scott, but like in a different way than he
In
does
a different
Darren.
way with
Which I
Darren.
think is
Not
very-
as a person, but as a father.
It's a very
Yes.
interesting like dynamic between him and Scott and him and Darren. Which Then we cut to the montage.
Now it's the montage.
Various.
Various-
You have to run large, shrink small, dive through the keyhole, and come out big again. Go.
Yes, various different training methods. Shrinking through a keyhole, starting big, going small, coming out big. Learning about the ants.
Yeah,
trying
we
to
see
use
him.
the mind manipulator thing to control the ants.
Yeah.
Martial arts.
How to punch.
How to punch.
How to
Yeah.
punch.
I know how to punch.
Thwack.
Thwack.
Were you going for
Were
the
you
head?
going for that?
And
She's
then-
been waiting a
She's
long
been looking
time
forward to
to
this.
this. Yeah.
He mentions that Hope learned martial arts
In
during
very
a difficult time, and he means when my mother died.
We lost her in a plane crash.
Stop
It's
tugging
bad
that line.
enough that you won't tell me how she died. You can at least stop telling me that lie or something like that.
So there's a mystery involved.
There's a mystery. How did his wife go? Like,
We get a brief scene of Scott trying to tinker with the suit. He's like,
yeah, he's
Don't
like
screw with the
regulator. Yeah, he's like, if it ain't broke,
Yeah, Hank basically says if there's no regulator,
you'll shrink.
You'll go into- you'll go subatomic.
a quantum realm, which will come
You'll-
up, which will be very important in the future.
Even in this movie, it's very important.
Yeah.
But like, it will be really important in a few movies.
True, but even still, it's important.
The quantum realm is a vital decision in Spider-Man 3. No, it's not.
We meet the four groups of ants.
Yeah.
The carpenter ants, bullet ants, crazy ants, and the fire ants.
We got ones that manipulate electricity, ones that can build bridges, ones that can fly, and ones that are just really strong and annoying and brute. The brute, yeah.
Big brutes. And he's scared of all of them at first.
Yep,
I love
every
the scenes
single one.
Where he gets cornered by the ants and he just enlarges
Enlarges.
and he's just in the ground.
That was really scary a
second
moment ago. Now, the suit doesn't have any weapons, so I built you these discs. One's
One shrinks,
green,
one grows,
green. Blue to enlarge, red to shrink.
and he shrinks.
He shrinks a bottle, like Hank just nails a bottle first try, and then Scott goes to
the blue one,
and then it lands in a
enlarges
gnome.
gnome,
Just-
and it's doing the French
Yeah.
pose.
Paid me like one of your French girls.
So a lot of this is like intercut. We're jumping around a bit. They eventually look like at a map of the building.
Yeah.
They need to. There's an isolated power supply with a security guard. So they got to take out this guard to deactivate the security system. So they're kind of like the plan is intercut with this whole montage.
Now, before we get to
Plan.
the scene that I know you desperately want to get to, do we see what happens first, the compound scene or the Hank reveal scene? I feel like the
What
Hank
do you
reveal
mean
scene,
by Hank reveals?
when he tells Hope?
Oh, why? We got the compound first.
We do get the compound first. Okay, are we sure? What's the next thing after this
He doesn't
half
tell-
of the montage? Because the montage is split in two.
Scott's trying to use the earpiece.
Yeah, we see
They're not
a
working.
failing montage.
Okay, so yes.
And then we see a successful, yeah.
Okay, but that the successful
Isn't
is
for a
after
bit.
the compound.
Yeah.
So first, Hank tells Scott to use the
it's not.
earpiece.
The compound's way later.
Yeah.
No, because and I know it's this scene because this is the earpiece scene. So Hank tells him that he needs to use the ants to move stuff, to put the sugar cubes in the tea. So
Yeah.
Scott puts on the earpiece. He tries and he tries and he just can't.
He can't do it.
And
Hope's like, this is a waste of time.
She takes it,
She
puts it
grabs
on,
it, puts it on, and
like a
immediately
million ants show up. They're
It's like
putting
one after
all of the
another
sugar
with
cubes
sugar
into the
cubes.
tea. They're blocking the skylight.
literally
They're
coming
climbing
in
up
and
windows.
coming up the lights.
he
It's
just
starting
yells
to get
at her to stop.
really dark. And then Hank just goes, Hope! And then all the ants goes away and she storms out.
Yeah. She goes back to the car.
And Hank basically says, "We need her." So Scott chases after
Yeah.
her. And he tries to start with some levity. You gotta lock your doors. There's some weird people.
Yeah,
in
you
it.
break
She's
the
not having
tension
it.
a little bit.
She's not having it. Is this a joke to you?
I mean, open doors seem to be a very common theme with this family.
Well, the first time it was intentional.
They still left it open.
But Hope basically says that after her mom died, Hank was never the same. He sent her off to boarding school. He was never
there for her.
there
basically.
emotionally.
Yeah.
And that she didn't know that Scott had a daughter when she called the cops on him.
Yeah. I didn't know you had a daughter when I called the cops.
And she basically Scott tells her that the whole reason he's here is because he's here is proof that Hank loves you because, quote, I'm expendable.
Yes.
You have to know that.
Yeah.
And that's when she starts talking
He
to him.
can't lose you. He can bother losing me.
He would rather lose this fight than lose you.
Yeah.
And that's when she starts to open up a bit.
Yeah, and she gives him the really good advice of you got to clear your mind, focus on...
Use your love for your daughter.
daughter.
Focus on what you want the ants to do.
Yeah.
Which he then uses to have the ants spin a coin.
A 2012 coin.
Is that important?
And it's a penny, and there's your comeuppance.
Are you shitting me?
There's your penny. No, it's a 2006, but we're 2004.
Then what's the point?
From last episode,
I don't remember last episode. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep.
you wanted the penny, every 1,000 years.
Oh.
I was trying to bring that moment full circle.
You just rejected your penny.
And you just rejected your own
You guys
payment.
keep talking. I'm gonna get the penny.
I don't know where you threw it,
I
so
threw
good
it
luck.
in this direction.
I was trying to bring it full circle about the penny, and I was
I
waiting
got the penny.
until this moment because he spins a penny,
All right, so you're off the hook for the next.
and it's a
1,000 years.
2012 penny.
Now, why is 2012?
I have
important?
no idea if it's important or not. I just wanted to know what the penny year
Avengers-
that they spun
The
was.
Avengers came out 2012.
Maybe it has something to do with that.
Probably
then.
a coincidence.
Probably just a coincidence.
But-
All I know is that I paused it to find out what year the penny was because I
Anyway,
was curious.
I'm gonna get back to you in 1,000 years for my second.
Yeah,
penny.
good. Yep, sure.
I'm gonna call his funeral. Hey, in 900
Yeah, he's
10
gonna call
years,
the funeral.
910 years from now, your descendants owe me a penny.
910 years. So in
Hopefully, you live another 90 years.
90 years, you're gonna say that?
So Scott can control the ants.
Scott controls the ants. Thanks.
Yeah,
thanks for my paycheck.
He figured it out.
And then we get it's a much shorter montage, but it's basically
But
all
of
the stuff
him succeeding.
He failed before, he's now succeeding. He goes through the keyhole.
Not quite.
Not
They
quite.
go. Hope and Scott go back in the house, and then Hank.
Oh
tells
yes,
the
this is
truth
very important.
about.
That's where
I don't know
there.
how we missed this.
Yes.
But Hank tells the story of what happened to Janet.
Yeah.
We know her name is Janet yet?
Yeah.
I think they mentioned it.
Yeah.
He literally screams Janet when she goes subatomic.
Because we don't see.
So in a second, if
Let me
we
put it this
haven't
way.
known, we will know.
They hide her face this whole movie because they don't know what actress they're going to use
Yeah.
yet for the sequel.
But they
There's a
mentioned-
picture of Janet and Hank, and there's a hat covering her whole face.
It's really funny.
But yeah, so Janet was the Wasp, and she worked alongside Hank on some of his missions. And he starts by saying,
Do we know that she was called the Wasp?
Yes,
in
they
this
called
scene?
her the Wasp, but that's what he says.
Okay.
But he
I
says-
thought maybe that was later.
No, he says
No, they mentioned-
verbatim, they call her the
Okay.
Wasp.
Yeah.
And she wanted to join him.
And he
He
says,
just does it later then too. Is what I'm remembering.
yeah.
Okay.
But he says, there's not a day that goes by that I don't regret saying yes
Yeah.
to her coming along.
Yeah.
So,
She pestered him to join him on his missions and stuff.
Soviet separatists hijacked a missile silo and launched a nuke at the U.S. They're sent to stop it, and they can't get through. It's made of, what is it, titanium?
Titanium,
Yeah.
solid titanium, impenetrable.
They can't.
The only way to
the only way to
defuse
get
the
through
bomb,
is to shrink through the molecules.
Shrink through the molecules.
And his regulator's fried.
Yeah,
so
it's
he can't,
broken.
He can't do anything about it.
So she doesn't hesitate. She goes subatomic.
She goes subatomic right on through, disables the
Dismantles,
missile,
yeah.
and saves America. And
But she goes.
But
quantum.
she's
subatomic,
goes
quantum realm.
Never
seen
her
again. He says he spent the next 10 years learning everything he could about the quantum realm, but all he learned was that we know nothing.
Yeah.
And you can see the weight lifted off of Hope's shoulders. She's like...
She finally found out the truth of what happened to her mom. Like...
And it wasn't Hank's fault.
And it wasn't... Yeah.
She's no longer... All this rage and anger and disdain is gone in an instant.
Yeah, as soon as she knows now, it's gone. Like, the only thing holding back was just that knowledge check, basically.
And then, of course, Scott goes, "This is great.
This is great. What a great moment."
I don't think they needed that.
I ruined the moment, didn't I? Yeah. And then they turn and they're like, yes,
I don't think they needed that bit. This is like what people point to when they're like, well, Marvel movies are always interrupting the emotional stuff with a joke. And this is a great example of that.
But it works so well for Scott's character.
Yeah, maybe.
He'd so do it. He'd so say something in that moment since he's there, though. It fits within his character, but I can see what you're saying.
I don't think they could have mentioned it like even a minute later, 30 seconds afterwards. Like maybe they're in like another room. It's like, oh, this is great. You're building bridges. Like just let the moment simmer.
Then the joke passes and it's not a joke.
Well, I guess.
So it's just you either keep it in where it is, where it's the perfectly timed joke, or you cut it out completely.
I think they probably should have cut it.
I think it was fine leaving it.
It's funny, but it detracts from the moment.
And then we get back to the montage.
Yes, this is the montage where he gets all this stuff right. He makes it through the keyhole. He's controlling the ants. He's getting better with his aim.
He's flying.
He's flying on
Anthony.
Yes.
He calls this ant like 7 times. he says Anthony more than he says like Hope. I feel like
in the whole movie.
In the whole movie, he says Anthony so many times. It's great. I love it.
But then the final phase,
connection.
The final phase of his training,
is a
stealth incursion in quote an old Stark warehouse,
in upstate New York,
where Hank built something for S.H.I.E.L.D. years ago. Mm-hmm. That's currently setting dust. What is it again? It's some kind of electronic fryer.
Signal decoys.
Signal decoy device.
I don't even remember what they use it for, but it's important.
They use it to...
They put it in...
We see them putting it in, but I don't remember what it does. It's a piece of tech that they need.
It literally shows what it does 2 seconds later in that scene, too.
And I don't even remember.
And I can't think about it, yeah.
But anyway...
I think it fried electronics.
Well, that's honestly. The ants.
Maybe it was the security system thing.
Maybe. It's a piece of tech that they need.
So we're cutting
from earlier.
We're cutting between them talking about it like over a blueprint for Scott like in a plane.
Yeah, and he's
flying over upstate New York as he's about to deploy with his army of ants.
Yeah, army of ants.
So the team goes flying down.
A squad, go B squad, go C squad, D squad. All right, Anthony, let's go.
Hank, you said something about this being an old warehouse. You son of a bitch!
You see the giant
cloud flies away, and it's the Avengers compound.
The new Avengers compound that they popped up.
Had they done this heist a year earlier,
no problem.
No problems.
And then Hank's like, "Get out of there now!"
And Scott insists on.
He's like, "No, they haven't seen me. I'm good. I think I can do this."
He lands like on a roof.
He lands on the roof. They see him.
Yeah, Falcon comes. He's like, "I got a sensor to bring, but I'm not seeing anything." Oh wait, hold on. See Scott. Scott's like, I don't think they see me. I see you.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Enlarges.
Hi, I'm Scott. Did he just say hi? I'm Scott.
Takes his mask off.
Yeah, he literally unmasks himself. And he's like, dude, hi. What are you doing here?
I just need to grab a piece of technology. You're saving the world. You know how it is. Yeah, I know. I'm bringing him in.
I know how that is. All right, I'm bringing him in.
And right before he can grab him, Scott shrinks.
Sorry about this. And then they go into a fight.
They have a pretty good fight.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty good fight. I like this fight.
Each of them get their moments, one-upping each other.
Yeah. It's not like it's an even fight until Scott gets the jump on him in the hangar base, not the hangar, in the warehouse.
Yeah, the warehouse.
Well, he guides him away, and then he zooms back into the warehouse.
Yeah, they do a whole fighting thing on the lawn area, basically. There's a cool moment where we see Scott I can go ahead and punch him now, and then Falcon punches the small Scott.
He does the leg lock thing on Falcon.
Yes,
he
does.
Taught him,
yes.
And she gives a look through the screen, good for him.
Pretty good, yeah. But he uses a moment to get on Anthony to go into the warehouse.
Yes.
I was gonna do like a little crack.
Yeah, and Falcon sees that and goes into the warehouse. And next we see Falcon's flying out saying, "He's in my suit!"
Through the doors.
Because
of the
Hank and Hope
warehouse.
have no visuals.
Yeah.
They're looking on
We
through one
lost
of the
visuals.
ants that's
Yeah.
outside the warehouse.
Outside, yeah.
But anyway, Scott gets into his suit, starts unplugging
Unplugging.
little tiny
Sorry.
components, and ruins his super visual goggles thing.
Yeah,
He can no longer
basically.
see Scott, little tiny Scott, and it's very important to me that Cap never finds out about this. Good luck enforcing that.
Yeah, really.
Good luck enforcing that.
Scott flees.
Scott flees.
Leaves.
He gets back to the house. You've jeopardized this whole mission. Just puts the thing on the table like, good job.
Oh, good job.
Did you just compliment
him?
I think he did.
Pretty close to sounded like a compliment.
Let's not dwell on the past.
It's not well.
That's not 2 seconds ago.
But then he walks into the next room and there's
Darren.
There's
Cross.
yeah. And then Hope's like, if he sees those plans, he will kill him.
So Darren is there.
Even though he came there to
we don't know that yet.
kill him anyway.
We don't know that yet. It's pretty obvious. But
It's
we don't know
pretty
that
obvious.
Yet. But we don't know that yet.
He does the hand, shoulder, and it's pretty obvious.
How do we think he would have killed him with the fucking shrink gun?
Same thing, yeah.
Goodbye, Frank.
With this same invention, why not?
Shrink him and like kick him.
Yeah.
Stomp him.
Rub his foot on it. Just leave.
That would be the perfect, like, shrink him and then kill, like, show him that you've mastered.
Oh, I thought he was just going to use the gloop gun.
Or that one.
Yeah, that's simple.
That one would work too. I was thinking more.
We're talking about if he shrinks him with success, Hank's Ant-Man, he would be able to kick his ass.
He doesn't have the suit.
Suit doesn't make him stronger. It just helps the shrinking.
Depends if he has the earpiece in.
Well, he wouldn't be able to control the ants. But the reason
He doesn't have the earpiece.
the reason
Unless they
they're
have multiple earpieces.
the reason they're strong as ant size
Yes,
is
the
because of all
density,
that
the molecules
the density of the
behind-
force.
yes.
So Hank could still kick his ass.
True.
Old
So
man
he's
Hank.
using the gloop gun.
Maybe.
You've seen-
Well, we don't actually even know.
This is
But
this is all hypothetical.
hypothetical.
Never actually happens.
Yeah.
But basically, Darren invites him to the big event of unspecified level. What he doesn't tell him from
Pimtech is about to become the most profitable company.
Yeah.
They're hyping up something.
Billions of
And
dollars.
as they're talking, you see the ants rolling up
Rolling
like
up.
the
We see
blueprints.
Scott like in the doorway with the earpiece
Yeah.
on doing it.
And Darren kind of like glances at it and just kind of goes back to the conversation.
Yeah, like you can tell that he saw like maybe
The movement in the corner of his eye.
ending of the rolling up.
He invites Hank to a demonstration of some sort.
Yes. And then leaves. And then they're talking about, well, he had to have seen Hope. The mission's over.
Yeah.
There's no way. And then immediately Hope's
Doesn't
phone
know.
rings.
How do you know he doesn't know I'm here? Hello, where are you? Oh, I'm at home.
And he starts
I
shit
just
talking
saw
to Hank
Hank.
again. She's like,
Oh, my
don't
beauty.
let him angry you. Use a senile
Oh,
old man. She
man.
kind of like gives him a look like, sorry.
Yeah.
And he says he's gonna like buff security.
He's going to triple security,
triple security,
block all the vents.
put micro mesh on it and stuff. Like no way you're getting in.
Unless
and
that
then she's
micro
like,
mesh
that
is-
sounds like a great idea. Click.
Unless the micro mesh is also titanium, he could just laser his way through.
Oh, it probably would be because
yeah.
he's
Yeah.
crazy at this point. He's gone in like throughout this movie. Darren goes more and more insane.
He goes from like desperation to insanity.
Yeah, he literally goes from literally desperation into insanity, into even more insanity, into even extreme.
So basically, with Hank and Hope both going to be at this event, they now need, and with all the extra security, they're going to need a bigger team.
Yes.
And Hank's like, nope,
Nope, not those guys.
They
But then
mentioned
you're skipping something.
So the plan to get into the facility, their original plan is now ruined.
Yeah, they're like, how are we gonna get in now?
Scott mentions the water main.
He's like the water mains. You can't secure the water main. Yeah.
They have to lower the pressure.
So they
But
need a new team, a bigger team.
Yeah.
So
They need
can
a
lower
fake
the
security
pressure.
guard on the inside.
Yeah.
Someone to depressurize the water system.
And a getaway driver.
Someone
No, not those.
Not those three wombats.
Wombats. And then the next scene is them, right? Yeah.
House guests.
House guests.
It's not often that you get invited to the place you just robbed. And I'm nervous because your girlfriend's hot. And I'm sorry, man, but you're very beautiful. And they're all just kind of looking at
That's
him.
a little later.
The girlfriend thing is later, but the other one is right now. Yeah.
She tells. He says he got arrested for stealing a smoothie machine. It was actually two
smoothie machines. Trust me, they can handle it. They'll be fine.
Hank has no confidence whatsoever.
None.
We're doomed.
Dave does like mind games, like we let you think we let you rob us or something like that.
I let you rob. One could say I let you let me.
And then Luis is in the system.
I'm in the system.
I'm in the system. The system.
I'm in the system. I love the way he says it at the end. I'm in the system. Like he emphasizes the
Yeah, it's like
and then Scott says he's got to show them something, so he steps out for a bit.
Yeah, he comes back in the suit.
We cut back. Hank has explained the layout of Pimtech to them, and then Scott comes in wearing the suit.
Yeah, wearing the suit. He's
They're
like,
all
"No,
like,
don't
yeah, that's
freak
awesome.
out. Don't be scared."
Freak out.
He's like, "I ain't scared of nothing, fool."
Shrinks.
Oh,
Whoa, Scott, where are you, man?
that's a pretty cool trick.
Don't
like
freak
some
out.
David Copper
Look
shit.
at your shoulder. Ah! You can hear
I
stuff.
thought you didn't freak out like a baby. Ah.
You can hear stuff breaking. He's like running into walls.
Scott's
knocking,
teasing
like,
him the entire time.
Faces over. Yeah. And then it just hard cuts them all like unconscious.
Yeah, I gave him half a Xanax and Hank
explained the science of the
explained the
suit.
science.
They were out immediately.
We should have mentioned she gave them cups of like tea or something when they walked in.
Yeah.
The three of them.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why they're.
I assume that's where the Xanax went.
Yeah.
That's probably where the Xanax. Yeah, the half a Xanax is in those teas, 100%.
There were three guys, which means there's now half a Xanax in their bottle of Xanax.
Give it to the ants.
Maybe little crumb of Xanax, one to each ant.
Maybe Hank took it. You know, he needed to relax. Yeah, exactly.
We get a brief moment with Scott and Hope, kind of just talking. He tries to thank her, but she's kind of like brushing it aside. Like, you give a great pep talk. You should write poetry. Yeah. And then she leaves.
He's like low key flirting.
Oh, she says you should get some rest.
Yeah.
And he's at home in bed, can't sleep, and he
Grabs
puts on
the
the suit
and goes
and
see
visits
his
Cassidy.
daughter, yeah.
Who's completely. It's probably important to mention that she's asleep.
Yeah.
He doesn't like say,
Yeah.
"Oh, hey, Cassie, I'm
Yeah.
Ant-Man." Yeah, it's in the middle of the night and she's asleep. He gives her like a look, like
I'm doing this
he
for
wants
you.
he wants to be with Cassie so bad, and he gives
It's kind
her,
of like almost like a kind of a goodbye situation. Like he's
Almost.
about to go off,
Like
so
he's
it's
not
like
sure
looking. Yeah, he doesn't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So it's just like a comfort to go see his daughter before this
he
big.
gives her a kiss on the cheek and leaves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it's the next day.
And we go back to now everyone's in the lab. Scott does like a bit of a roll call. So Dave is the wheels on the ground, Kurt's the eyes in the sky, and Luis gets to wear a uniform.
I'm in the system.
I'm in the system.
Then he mentions Hope. He's like, all nervous because your girlfriend's hot.
My girlfriend's hot. Yeah,
And
this
you're very
is-
beautiful,
and
man.
you're very beautiful, man.
He talks about whistling. I'm trying to whistle to blend in.
Yeah,
You know?
don't whistle. Don't whistle.
And then he eventually does.
He literally does whistle.
He's literally
And
whistling.
then
It's
when
a
you
small world.
Yeah, and then when you first see him, when the boss guy says, "Hey, you think it's because he's whistling?" I love that part. Like he's about to say "stop whistling" or some shit, but he doesn't. He just goes into like, "What are you doing here?" But for a brief moment, you think it's because he's whistling.
Yeah.
At least I did.
So then we cut to like the plan in action. We see the van pull up to where the water main is to let Scott in. We cut to Pimtech. We see Luis entering, getting past security.
Well,
Yeah.
Yep.
He misses. If you notice, he misses his gun holster the first time and has to like. He does like it's like he just
shuffle
barely
it in.
he shuffles it in or something because he misses it the first. He doesn't just get it right in.
We see Scott and the ants enter the water main.
Yeah.
He's using the ants like a raft.
Yeah,
That's a little later.
that's a little later. Yeah,
Is it- little later?
We cut to Luis.
he hasn't dropped the pressure yet.
He's walking to the room. He's whistling. It's a small world.
It's a small world. Yeah.
He enters in and there's a guy there.
There's like it's like hey,
Boss man told me to secure the area, so I'm securing it.
I'm boss man.
As he's calling it, he just thwacks
It's
him, punches him.
Yeah, he says like some code like 121, boom, knocked out.
We didn't mention this earlier, but he had the same goodbye ritual with Peachy.
Yes, and he was the only one to knock Peachy out. So that's like
That's where it came from.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
So
we get to see his knockout punch in action.
You wouldn't be able to tell that Luis is like a tough guy.
Yeah, but
he's a tough guy.
he's got a rocket of a hand.
So he knocks it out and he toggles the water level thing to let Scott and the ants.
Now we see them at the
They're on a ant
rafting.
boat.
Ant raft, yeah.
They're riding through the pipes.
So he's using the ants as a raft, And as they're making their way down the pipes, there's another smaller pipe at the top, and that's what he has to climb up to. So there's ants coming out of that to pick him up, and they grab him, and they all start making their way up.
A little bit more, almost there. Yep, got it. They're working together. I'm just trying to.
And they come out of the sink.
Yeah. That's where Frank died.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
The rip. Do you think in the water main they go past the gloop of Frank?
Oh my god!
Wow, I wonder what that thing is.
No.
Poor Frank.
Frank got washed away. Weeks ago. Unfortunately,
he got flushed away.
Yeah, flushed away and then washed away.
Flushed away. Thing. You guys ever see that movie?
I believe so. Yes.
It's a weird ass movie.
It is.
I can't believe it was Hugh Jackman.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, Hugh Jackman's a Marvel.
He is a Marvel.
It all comes back to Avengers. The rat from Flushed Away will return in Avengers Doomsday. He probably will. Hugh Jackman will be in that movie.
Jesus Christ.
So anyway, they're in.
So then we go back to outside with Dave and Kurt. They pull up, they're across the street from the entrance now, and they see
Crown Vic
outside, commonly used for undercover cops.
We got a problem.
No, I don't. Let me put it this way. I know for a fact they don't use it anymore. They use the Ford Explorer as the cop car. I don't know the exact year off my head, but I'm pretty sure by 2015, the Crown Vic was no longer in use. So it was already outdated. So these old, not old time, but like older time thugs or criminals are the Crown Vic's the most common undercover cop car used in such and such and such. And in reality, at that period in time, it probably would have just been some guy with a Crown Vic. Because they were using the Ford Explorer. It's just something I always thought was kind of funny.
But it was Paxton.
Yeah, it was Paxton.
But in this case, he's correct, and it is an undercover cop car.
So he sees them, and then Hank's also pulling up to the main entrance, and they start rushing.
They're rushing after Hank.
Hank's getting arrested.
Yeah, and Hank's like, listen, people will die. Not yet.
They're trying to figure out what to do first.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So we cut back inside. Scott sends the bullet ants to take down the server room guard.
Yeah, we see Louise right next to him, right? Yeah.
Gives him a punch. That's what I call a very unfortunate casualty in a very serious operation.
Hope walks by.
Hope into the room. Activates the door. I think she does
into the security. So it's to disable the security shit.
She places a signal decoy in the compartment, whatever is place it in,
to do something.
Yeah, and then they drag the guy in.
They drag him in.
You don't want a knocked out guy on the ground.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
They strip him or something
because he needs this uniform.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Yeah, but the or something implies that you don't know what the purpose was.
Yeah, well. Whatever. It's still, he strips him down and no one else mentioned it. All right? So.
Kurt says Mean Lady did good.
Yeah. Mean Lady did good.
Dave reports that it looks like Hank is about to get arrested.
Yeah.
So then one of them runs.
And we see him rush out of the van.
Yeah.
Fuck, not Kurt. Dave goes,
jumps into the Crown Vic.
Yeah.
No, not
yet. We cut to Hank talking to the cops.
If you don't let me get into
building,
here,
people will die.
And
the other cop is like, "That's awfully dramatic," and the way he says it's so weird.
And then we see Dave steal the car.
Yeah, and they're like, around. "You gotta be kidding me!" He does donuts and then drives off. Yeah. So and then Kurt's like, "Problem solved."
the cops rush after Dave while Hank goes inside.
Yes, and Hank goes inside.
We cut back to the server room. Luis is standing guard. Hope leaves, and she runs into Darren. Mm-hmm. They kind of give each other a weird look.
A very weird look.
They think they've been had. And then Darren's just like, how do I look?
Even though they are had.
and he definitely 1,000% knows.
Yes.
He probably saw Luis come out of there all suspicious
maybe.
Heard him whistling.
Yeah, heard him whistling something.
But
then Hank enters past security, and Darren approaches him, and he leads both Hank and Hope to the demonstration room,
where they unveil
back where they we saw the area before,
the big dome looking room.
Yeah, the dome we saw earlier where that yellow jacket thing is. But now there's way more security.
Yeah,
12 million verification.
Yeah. And they have to literally wait for a bit after Darren scans his face or whatever. He literally turns around and you can hear the door doing its mechanism things.
We cut to the roof. We see a helicopter land. Two guys step out with Mitchell Carson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a noise.
Yeah.
That's your Mitchell Carson noise.
Yeah, that's
That's not what he sounds like.
No, that's my noise.
That's his Frank impression.
That's his Frank.
No,
Goodbye, Frank.
Oh, no.
That's the noise Frank
No,
made
that's
me
just
die.
my disgust towards this person.
We cut back to
He's
Ant-Man
kind of a
and
slimy douche.
Yeah.
we cut back to Ant-Man and the ants. They're flying around the server room. They get the crazy ants go into position.
Time to fry him. Important to note, we do see in that montage Hank and Paul. Why did I call him Paul? Lang and Ant-Man
Paul
working
Rudd.
together to suit up these ants, put backpacks to enhance
Like
their.
he's shrinking the equipment to put on the ants.
Yeah.
Yes, we see a moment like that, and in this moment we see basically why.
So all the ants are getting into position in the server room.
Mm-hmm.
And
We cut to the crashed car. Paxton's like, no, the
No,
car.
how can this be?
And then we see Dave run back to the van.
Did you
And
see
he's
that?
celebrating, he's smacking the wheel.
And then we see Paxton's like,
I know that
I
horn."
know that horn.
And they start
Running
looking
to it,
where
looking
came
for it
from,
basically.
Scott then commands the ants to fry the servers. Everything starts electrocuting everywhere.
He's
Sparks are
flying
flying.
through it woohoo!
Yeah.
As it's just
Now
electrocuting
the
and just
backup
being
data is
destroyed.
completely
Yeah.
erased. That was part
All
of
of it is gone. Woo! One
No
win.
no more cross particles.
I guess, yeah.
We cut back to the demonstration room. Now Carson walks in. He greets Darren. Hank finds out that Carson's now the main buyer.
Yeah, Superman buyer. We also in this scene, should I mention it?
Representatives.
Yeah. Representatives of Hydra.
Not doing some interesting work.
They're doing some interesting work, yeah. But not like that, don't worry. Oh yeah, sure, we won't worry that you're giving this super weapon to Hydra, uh-huh.
Hail cross.
God. And then he keeps the particle. That's a little bit later in the
I
conversation.
think the scene
yeah.
ends with Hank punching Darren in the face.
I saw that coming from a mile away, but I thought it was going to be
all pathetic and lame.
and weak and fragile. But wow, he's just
He's impressed.
He's impressed of how
Genuinely
much
impressed
vigor
with the
that Hank
punch.
still has.
He is Ant-Man.
Yeah.
He was.
Maybe he could have really killed him.
Yeah, maybe
If he was
maybe.
tiny. Even in street clothes.
Maybe.
Little tiny Hank, he's got years of Ant-Man experience.
Yeah.
We saw Tony Stark without the Iron Man suit.
Dude can still wallop.
We cut back to the van. Paxton's banging on the door. I know you're in there. And
Yeah.
They Kurt and Dave are
They're
hiding on the-
shushing
They're
each other.
Quiet, you quiet.
We cut back to Scott, who enlarges some bombs and puts them in
Yeah, the ants are shooting them off their backs,
Yeah.
and they're landing, and then they're being enlarged.
So they're the
C4.
yellow jackets on the bottom, and they're all the way up.
All the way up. Yeah, they're above the
Yellow jackets.
Little tiny access
There's a
tube.
little tiny, yeah, exactly.
And the bombs are
What's the
activated.
point of the access tube? Air? Or is that just how the suit enters the...
Probably enters.
Well, no, but then we see the suit...
Is it not where those particles? Because there's a bunch of yellow tubes up there. Is that how-
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
And there's the bomb activated. Is it a 15-minute timer? Is it a timer?
There's, I believe, one of the timers is a 15-minute timer. All right.
This one is 15
I know
minutes.
one of the timers was a 15-minute.
So then Scott stands above the giant tube leading down to where the yellow jacket.
He kicks a screw down there. Hey guys, what are we at on this?
There's a laser. At the
There's a
very
laser
bottom.
grid
It
blocking.
just disintegrates the
And
screw.
they only have, we didn't mention, they only have 15 seconds. They can only disable it and shut it off for 15 seconds.
Yeah. So then in the van we see the progress bar of the.
We're so
It's
close.
making
No,
its
you're
way
not.
up.
Shut up.
Yeah.
And then the doors flung open and they're...
Oh, wait. There was another guy that looked just like me who put us in back of this van.
They're getting arrested.
Yeah, they're getting arrested.
dragged out, but then
then
Kurt's
Kurt's
very quick, narrowly able to.
We see it hit 100%, and he's like,
reaching
go!
for the space bar.
Scott goes, then he gets pulled away from it,
Yeah.
and he's like, wait! And Scott's diving. He's like, what do you mean, wait? I'm already diving.
Ah, he just barely
Just
reaches
barely
the space bar.
Hits it. Scott flings down into it, and right before he grabs the yellow jacket suit, it goes downward.
Yeah.
Hello, little guy. Ding, ding, ding.
Darren Cross has the yellow jacket suit.
Yep.
Then the laser reactivates. Now Scott's trapped inside.
Yeah, he falls. He was on a cable. It gets cut by the lasers. He's falling. Has no choice but to watch the ensuing
Then
events.
Darren presents the Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Scott Lang. That kind of outs him. So
Literally,
Who is
literally.
the Ant-Man.
Yeah.
reveals how he knew this entire time that they were working against him or
We see
whatever.
him put the Yellow Jacket suit like in a briefcase.
Yeah.
The Ant-Man suit is the only thing that could rival the Yellow Jacket suit, and Darren is not selling the suit.
He's
selling
not selling the
he's not selling
particle.
the particle.
He's not selling the
It
particle.
doesn't run on diesel.
It doesn't run on diesel, and then he hands it to the guy,
To another guard.
to one of the guards, not to the Hydra guy yet.
Yeah. Hank tries to reason with him before it's too late.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. Then a bunch of guards aim their
Guns at him. And then Hope's like, dude, you can't just kill my dad.
It's like, oh,
Come on.
you're right.
What are you doing?
He's like, wait. Takes the gun. You're right, I have to
do it myself. And then before he does try to pull the trigger.
Not yet. I know what you're thinking, not yet. So he puts the gun to Hank's head, and then Hope puts a gun to his head.
Oh.
And then they all start pulling guns on each other, like it's that one scene from Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
We see Scott bouncing around.
Yeah,
Trying-
Scott's
trying
trying
to
to
break
break
out of
the
the
glass,
glass.
trying to help.
We hear Darren went to Hank's house the other night to kill him.
Oh, yeah, he went. This is when we find out that he went to Hank's place to kill him, but
Probably
what do you
with
know?
the loop gun.
Hope was there,
knew
and
that
I
was-
wasn't ready to kill her yet.
Yeah.
That's what he says. So the only reason he doesn't kill Hank in that moment is because he wasn't ready to kill both Hank and Hope in that night when he went over there.
Yeah. And then after this, just then, Scott uses one of the discs.
The enlarging
Yeah,
disc.
probably the enlarging disc
To
or the shrinking
launch
disc.
his
It looked
way
like
through
a
the
blue
glass.
disc,
It was
I
blue.
think, so it was
And
enlarging.
he escapes the chamber.
Yeah, and he
Flies
starts
everywhere. Everyone kind of gets
boom,
distorted.
boom. Well, before that even happened, when does Darren try to pull the trigger on Hank?
He doesn't pull the trigger on Hank. He shoots Hank in the chest.
No, there's a moment where he goes to pull the
I
trigger.
know what you're talking about. It's
but
not.
the ants...
But stop spoiling it for our lovely viewers. I know exactly what
It
you're talking
happens
about.
in this moment.
It happens after this moment. So anyway, he shoots Hank, and then Scott makes his way through, and there's a big fight, and he's punching people, and he's shrinking his line, and he's punching people, and then Hank, when Hank's shot, he makes his way to Hank, and he's like holding Hank, like, Hank, no, you've been shot. And then Darren puts a gun to Scott's head.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's threatening to take
Alright.
the suit off.
Take his suit off, and he
Alright.
doesn't, and he pulls
Or
the
I'll
trigger.
rip it off you. Yeah.
And
Or I'll
nothing
shoot you
happens.
and I'll rip it off you.
And then off to the side, we see Hope with the earpiece as the ants come in to jam the gun.
Jam the gun.
This is a very odd method of not using the gun. I thought it was weird.
Of not, what do you
Like the fact that the ants can jam the gun, I thought was weird
How?
because they're ants.
Well, it could be the tough ants. I don't know.
I guess, but
Anything
Just think
blocking that hammer from striking, you're gonna...
Hammer!
Hammer!
Justin Hammer.
Justin Hammer's the secret buyer!
Hammer!
Justin Hammer will return in Secret Wars.
No. But if you stop it, you get enough... you get enough... What's it called?
You need a lot of suspension of disbelief, and I don't have enough.
No. But yet... You believe Scott can get dressed in 4 seconds? You make
I
no
didn't say
sense.
I could. I
Oh
said
my
that's
God,
what
it makes
happens.
no sense. If
That's
you-
more a guy putting on pants quickly is more
Full
believable.
suit. Full
than
suit. The only
50
thing he
ants.
didn't have on was the helmet, and he was fixing his gloves.
The suit is one piece. One piece. It's not pants than a shirt. He just needs to yank it up his legs, stick his arms in,
There's
put the gloves
nothing
up
in
and
this
helmet.
room that I can use to show you what I mean. But the hammer of the gun basically works like this. Boom, shot, right? If you put enough mass in between here, no
We're
matter
talking
what,
about ants.
no matter what, you put enough mass in between these, this doesn't have enough gumption, whatever the term is, to fling
Get a load of
forward.
this guy. Get a load of this guy.
What do you mean?
Where do you stand on this? Do you think
No,
it's
this is
unrealistic
totally-
that the ants
totally
could block
plausible.
the barrel of a gun?
If they didn't block the barrel,
Not the barrel.
they blocked the trigger from firing in the first place.
It's this thing that strikes.
The ham. Yeah, it's
hammer.
called a hammer.
Where
I
do you
think it's
stand?
plausible.
You think it's plausible?
Thank you.
I don't think it's very
Ants
plausible.
are stronger than you think.
Yeah. They have an
What's
exoskeleton, and there's a lot of them. They're swarming the entire gun. There's enough mass to prevent
It's
the
like
hammer
20
from swinging.
ants. It is like 20 ants.
It's enough.
It's not.
It's
I
enough.
I have a hard time with it.
Yet you don't have a hard time with
No,
someone
I don't.
getting dressed in.
I think that's more- A guy
That's
putting
insane
on a
to
suit
me.
is
That's
in
insane to
a
me.
short amount of time.
It's like a tracksuit. It's like skin tight.
It's more plausible than 20 hands
No, it's
stopping
not.
the
No, it's
hammer
not.
of a
It
gun.
really is not.
You're wrong, I'm right. Continue.
No, that is just so false.
Anyway, so...
It is 2 against 1, and I'm fairly
It's
certain
more like-
it'll be more
It's
than
more
just
like
me and Francisco.
1.5 against 1. Because
He,
you're not
he
really
said
committed.
plausible. He's not as committed to the argument as I am.
Which is
sure,
why
fine.
it's 1.5.
But he said it was plausible, which makes him on my side and not yours.
Doesn't matter. I'm right, you're wrong.
It
I'm the
does
host
matter
I'm
because
the
in
host of
this
this
ins-
episode.
ins-
As the
you're
host,
wrong,
I declare
and I'm right,
that
so
all of you are
it's
stupid,
fine.
and I'm correct, and I'm right, and you're wrong, and I can't hear you. La la la. And anyway, they're making their escape. They're making their grand escape.
No,
all the
not
ants
yet.
Start, like they jam the gun. Darren
still
starts
not-
freaking out. He's like, "Oh, there's always." I think he runs out or something.
Yeah, they make
Yeah,
escape.
he's like he grabs the briefcase and smacks a bunch of ants as he leaves.
because they're trying to bite him.
Yeah, and at one point we see like him like grabbing one off of his neck and like looking at
He
it.
tells these 2 guards to shoot anything that comes out of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
little bit
Well, that's a
later.
little later.
It is?
So Darren freaks out with the ants on him. Mitchell Carson steals the yellow jacket.
I was just about to
particles from
one
the guy.
One of the bodyguard that Darren had given the vial to earlier is now laying on the ground, and then we see whatever his name, Hydra dude, take it off of his body and run out the door.
And then we cut to Luis. I think he pulls the alarm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he knows the building's about to blow up.
Do we ever see Carson again?
Yes.
We do. Okay, just making sure. There's a lot going on.
We get a brief scene, I think. Okay.
They're basically telling Hank, "You're not gonna die. We got you. You're not gonna die."
He's
And
like, "Don't
Hank
worry, I'm not gonna die."
Yet. He tells Scott to go
What?
get
Not yet. I literally repeated what you said.
No, because Scott is saying that he's gonna be okay, and then Hope's like, "Go get that suit." So Scott then leaves, and then she tells Hank, "I'm not gonna die. You're not gonna die." And he's like, "Well, yeah, I'm not gonna die, and neither are you." And then he pulls out the keychain.
He's like, "This isn't just a keychain."
I do want to know, we missed a couple things. After the alarm goes off, we cut back to outside in the van. Paxton, they're on the ground outside, and then he goes back to run into the...
Yeah, they hear the alarm.
So
They're
then
like, "We got a
They
code."
request backup, and
Yeah.
they leave Kurt and Dave on the ground.
Who immediately
Yeah.
jump up, get in the van, and take off.
Yeah. Then we cut back to Darren, who takes the thing out of his neck, and he's reporting to his 2 guards.
Shoot anything that leaves that vault.
Yeah, and he runs to the roof.
Yeah. And then we cut back to the vault. Hope and Scott are looking at Hank on the ground, and that's what kind of where we were talking about before.
And then it's like, go get the suit, do your job, finish the mission. Then Scott runs
He
out.
leaves the vault, and the guards are shooting through the glass, and he uses like the bullet
He,
holes in the glass.
he stays big. He basically does the training we saw.
Yeah.
He stays big, goes small, and comes out big again. He uses one of the bullet holes that they put in the glass.
Yeah, like the keyhole.
Yeah, the keyhole.
He jumps
just
through and
like
he tackles them.
Yep.
I know they weren't thinking of this at all when they wrote the scene, but when he's on the model of the building and ant-sized, I thought of Zoolander. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
What is this? A center for ants? You've never seen Zoolander? Have you ever seen Zoolander?
Maybe I don't remember.
You know exactly what you're smirking. He's smirking.
So then I probably
They
have
make
not.
there's a movie called Zoolander where
I know
a guy,
of the movie. Yes.
where a guy's like a
He's
fashion
he's a
icon.
fashion. I
And
know
there's
of
like a
it.
model-
Yeah, and I
there's
know
a
he's
model
like a
of
model
like a
and stuff.
school he wants to have, but like a campus, and it's small because it's a model. And He's
Yeah.
like, what is this? A center for ants? And when little Ant Man is running across this center, I'm thinking, oh yeah, it's Zoolander.
Let's see. Now listen, I was watching Marvel when you guys were watching shit like Zoolander.
I was watching Breaking Bad while you were watching Ant Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, so I wouldn't be talking if I were you.
Where did that come from?
You watch Marvel, I watch Breaking Bad. I'm better than you.
Yeah. No, first of all, no. But like you just were like, I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna take the movie that I know is the worst. Like in my
If
opinion,
I wanted
of
the worst one, I could have said Eternals or Thunderbolts or Fantastic
You
Four.
cannot say fucking Thunderbirds in the lowest.
Thunderbirds,
Angry
Thunderbolts,
Birds,
Angry Birds,
Bolts.
Angry Birds 2, the new Angry Birds
I'm
video is coming
so
out.
fucking done.
Angry Birds 2 was really funny. You
I
guys
didn't
see
watch
Angry
it.
Birds? It's because you watch Marble.
That's the one
I saw
where
the
in
first Angry
bathroom,
Birds.
Right? There's like a scene in the
Yeah.
urinal.
Yeah. Oh, you got to watch Angry Birds.
I've seen the first one.
You got to see Angry
second
Birds 2.
one.
It's
I've not
so
seen the
funny.
second one.
So funny. It's better than the first one.
Anyway, so Scott's running through the model of Cross Tech.
Yes.
He's dodging the bullets.
He's getting shot by these two guys.
And then Luis shows up and takes out
They
the
just
two
knocks
guards.
them out. Scott, you still there?
Did I save
your
you?
life?
Scott enlarges.
Out of breath. He's like, thank you.
We're the good guys, right? Yeah, we're the good guys.
We're the good guys.
I'm in the system.
Scott tells Luis they got to get out of the building before it explodes.
Yeah.
And as Luis is making his way, oh, that guy. And
He
grabs
like
the
runs
guy he
past
knocked
it,
out.
and he's like, "Oh no, that guy!" and goes back.
The
for
guy who
him.
stole the clothes.
Come on, guys, come on, dude, we gotta get out of
See,
here.
the thing that's funny
We're getting
about
out
that
of here.
is he knocked out two guys before that.
But those were the bad guys.
No, I'm talking about in the beginning. He knocks out two guys during the heist.
Yes.
He only rescues one.
Well, that guy was super knocked out. Was that the... Yeah.
So there's like
He takes the boss man back.
He thought...
The other guy was in front of the security center. Yeah, no, I
he only
think it's
saves one guy.
He does only save he saves the boss man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Better than nothing, but like
Yeah,
I wonder what happened to that guy.
I mean, the other guys, I guess,
They walked it off.
too evil. You know?
If you die, walk it off.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're making this.
They were classified as too evil.
We go back to the vault. Hope says they got to... Hope's talking to Hank on the ground. Like, we got to get out of here. And
This is
Hank-
the keychain.
Yes. He's like, we're not going to die. We're going to get out of here.
Yeah, he's like, don't worry, this isn't just a keychain.
Yeah, it's a little...
Shows a tank, and we're just like, what the fuck?
Do you think he stole that from during like one of his missions? It's like a Soviet tank or something.
No, I think he just was planning ahead like a smart, like...
No, I don't
know.
mean like he stole.
Like he's
a
always
tiny,
had it.
I don't think he stole a tiny tank from the Soviets. I think as part of his planning ahead, that's where he got the tank. Like on one of his missions from the old days.
Oh, like from the old days, he stole one of the
he
tanks.
just shrunk one of the tanks, and that's where he got it.
I mean, it's plausible, but I feel like he could have just made a tank. You know what I mean? Like, just bought a tank at the same
I guess
time.
He can afford a tank.
He can afford it, like, very much so. So it's like,
But, like,
he
also,
doesn't need to steal a Soviet
Take
tank.
a tank from the bad guys, you know?
But like, you don't need to. And then it's just like, oh, now you're Soviet. You got a Soviet tank keychain.
Maybe. I don't know.
You know, it's just like there's
He could've
logistics.
He could have painted it.
Oh my god, he didn't.
American flag.
All right, now you're just pulling my chain.
I am.
Your keychain.
Tank.
So we cut back to outside. Everyone's
Calling it in. The cops
Yeah,
calling
he's
it in.
calling. Paxton's calling.
We
it
need to
in.
back up. There's people down. There's bullets flying. Chaos. Boom.
Boom, tank
Top of the
falls.
building, giant tank comes down.
Crashes.
And there's a tank.
tank.
We cut back to the roof. We see Darren and his goons kind of enter the helicopter.
Earlier,
Then Darren-
Darren called the helicopter ahead to make sure it's ready, and when he gets there, it's not ready.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of funny.
We cut back down. Luis hands off the guard. He knocked out to someone like a medic nearby.
His
Yeah,
medical
and then
attention.
goes tell Hank, who then immediately gets taken by the paramedics.
Then we hear off. Now it's just Luis like on frame. We hear off in the distance the horn of the van.
And he runs to the van. He's like, "Hey, get back here!" He's like, "I can't hear you. There's a tank."
Yeah,
That hasn't
no, it's
It hasn't
not.
happened yet. Oh.
Then we.
And he doesn't mention the tank. He just says there's a lot of noise.
No, he says, "I can't hear you. There's a tank."
I think he does. Say
he
that.
does.
How did you miss that? It was so funny. As he's getting into the van, and then Paxton's yelling at him to stop. He's like, "I can't hear you. There's a tank." He slams the door and flees.
I could have sworn it was just like I can't hear you, but yeah,
No.
fair enough.
Yeah, I can't hear you. Comma. There's
Yes,
a tank.
congratulations,
Exclamation point.
fantastic.
Door closes. Van.
I got it. Holy shit.
Breaking Bad.
We cut back
Fuck
to.
off with the Breaking Bad already. Jesus Christ.
Nah.
This is a Marvel podcast, not a fucking suck. His fucking... I can't even remember his fucking name.
Walter White.
Yeah, that fucker.
You really hate Bryan Cranston. I'm gonna tell him.
I'm just so fucking
When they put
overtired.
Bryan
And you're just-
Cranston in a Marvel movie, I'm gonna rub it in your face all the time. Professor X. That was a rumor. There was a rumor that Gus from Breaking Bad was gonna be Professor X.
Giancarlo.
Giancarlo Esposito was the rumor was that he was going to be Professor X.
Anyways, we come back to the helicopter. They're prepping the helicopter, and there's a swarm of
flying
ants.
Darren notices him.
He's like, go!
He starts firing at them.
The gun from like the person
One of the
next
guards
to him.
just
starts shooting at the ants.
And tragically,
poor
he hits
Anthony. And we just see his poor little wings
Slow-mo,
slowly
the wind
drifting
falling
down.
You're gonna pay for that.
Broke my fucking heart.
Damn. Poor Anthony. You will be missed. Anthony will return in Doomsday.
Except he won't because he's dead. We hear
There's
the
a lot of
shriek
dead
too.
characters.
Added to the
We
list
hear
of
the
dead
shriek,
people.
of the ant. Ugh.
Horrible. I missed that guy.
Horrifying.
But then, I think Scott like kind of jumps off onto like another one of the.
Yeah, he lands on another ant. Like, he didn't willingly jump off onto another. He fell onto another ant because Anthony was struck from underneath him.
Was tragically taken from us.
Yeah, way too soon.
Amen.
Way too soon.
Anyway, he makes his way onto the helicopter.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't? What do you mean
No, he doesn't.
We just see the helicopter take off, and the ant army is following them.
Okay.
And then the ant army drifts away, and we see one ant following.
We cut back to Luis in the van, like we mentioned earlier. He's like, I can't hear you go to the tank, and then they drive.
Okay, so he runs off into the tank. Paxton tries to stop him. I can't hear you. There's a
He
tank.
doesn't run off into the tank. He runs off into the van.
That is not what I said.
Is not what you said. You said he
I
runs
apo-
off into the tank.
My apologies. He runs off into, I can't hear you. There's a van, and then flees.
So then we cut back to the helicopter.
Yes.
The ants are catching up.
He just got that.
He just fucking did it the wrong way.
Yeah, that was intentional that time. I was waiting for you to get it. It took you like 3 seconds. Okay.
I'm so fucking tired, dude.
Yeah, we're join the club. We're almost there, buddy. We're almost there. But
Back to
anyway,
the helicopter.
back to the
Ant-Man and the
helicopter.
ants are breaking into the helicopter now. He starts shooting at them like through the glass.
The guards are like, "What are you doing?" He's just shooting non-discriminately.
Yeah, he's like, can't shoot on a helicopter. Ant-Man like punches a hole through the glass
makes
and then
his way
jumps in. Yeah,
The
and that's how he
suitcase
gets in.
knocked away. Then it's just the fight.
Yeah. And it's just a fight in the
Big Darren versus Little.
Yeah, and then it's just literally the people around Darren like, stop firing weapons in here. Like,
And over the course of this fight, one by one, everyone on the helicopter
it
gets
dies.
murked.
Yeah, and then just death.
Just dead. Just super dead.
Darren thinks, you think you could stop the future with a heist?
It was never just a heist. And Darren like looks out the window.
He's like, what?
The building explodes, and then the Darren
implodes,
particles.
actually.
Well, it starts to explode, and you can see that the Darren particles react.
Yeah,
and
and
that
then it
shrinks
implodes.
the entire building into nothingness.
It just like absorbs into itself.
It implodes.
Do you think in the background of Quantumania, there's just Darren Tech lying there somewhere?
Maybe.
Maybe pieces of
That's
it.
where MODOK
It's kind of too big of a realm to like, or it's too small but too vast. You know what I mean?
I know. And I
Like this area right here in between my hands is a ginormous area of quantum space that's different from this area over here.
Yeah, but like
That's like
counterpoint.
completely
MODOK lives there. He lives in Darren Tech, the ruins of Darren Tech. That's where he lives.
Yeah, okay.
That
As
movie
a
was
joke.
bad. That movie was really bad.
We'll get to
Continuing.
We'll get there.
At some point, Darren puts on the yellow jacket.
Well, let's cut a little bit ahead. I think
Yeah, you're a little.
in
You're
the
a
midst
little-
of the chaos, he swats Scott out of the
Out of
helicopter.
the-
and he's like
yeah.
hanging off on the
Okay.
side of it.
Yeah, he has to enlarge and grab like the seatbelt.
And as he's climbing back in,
And then we
that's-
cut down. We
No,
see
it's
the
not.
van
Okay.
following them in the helicopter.
He's over there. I see him.
Yeah. And then once Scott gets back into the helicopter, we see Darren wearing the full yellow jacket.
Okay.
Full yellow jacket suit.
They start fighting. He's destroying all like the couches. In the
Yeah, and
Yeah,
he's,
he's
shooting
firing
all his
the
lasers.
lasers.
And those poor pilots. just doing
I
their
gotta set her
jobs
down.
before he can set her down. Zap, zap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they
Yeah.
go small. You see big zaps, right? And then they miss, right? And then they
you
go
see little
small.
zaps.
And when they do their little zaps, you see the
Both
little zaps.
pilots are dead. Super.
The left
dead.
one goes first, then the farther.
The right guy, the right pilot looks over,
Yeah.
and before he can react, he's dead.
dead. Yeah.
So then eventually the fight they land inside the briefcase.
This part I thought was hilarious.
It's so
It
good.
Always, without fail, gets me.
Playing
They're
disintegration.
trapped in the suitcase, Darren
It gets
screams,
slid out of the
slides out of the helicopter.
helicopter.
I'm gonna disintegrate you. And Siri goes, playing Disintegration by The Cure.
It's like a very angelic song.
Yeah, very
As they're fighting, and it just
fighting
it's
in
falling. As it gets to like the crescendo, it just plops into a pool.
I love this movie when it does the up close, intense,
Yeah.
and we're about to get the best moment of it in the house, but this is one of them where it just like you see your up close, intense action, and then it zooms out, and it's just one
like
little
small,
Yeah.
small, like toy soldiers.
yeah,
Like the army guys from Toy Story.
yeah, exactly.
The briefcase lands in the pool.
The family that was hanging out, playing ping pong and stuff,
Grilling like a hot dog.
yeah.
They're just
looks
looking
over. They're like, "What?"
And then out comes Darren, who's about to.
And they all just freak out.
He's just completely lost. He's about to kill them for the love of the game.
Yeah, honestly.
And then Scott emerges, and they fight.
They throw them like in the house through the window.
Yeah.
There's some back and forths. I think is this where Scott tries to throw the shrink discs? Or is that later?
Later.
Well, basically,
They,
at some
they
point,
fight in the house and they eventually come back out.
Yeah,
At some
Scott
point,
gets
Darren-
knocked over a grill.
yeah. At some point, Darren shrinks, and as he's charging at full size Scott, he swats him with a ping pong.
Oh, yeah, that literally the moment he falls over the grill, sees the ping pong paddle,
Yeah.
grabs it,
smacks
swats
him into a bug zapper.
Yeah,
And
the
it just-
little tiny...
It
just goes quiet.
And he looks over to the family. It's okay. And
It's
they just
okay.
run.
They just run, and then Paxton shows up.
He's been trailing them also.
Yeah.
Scott lowers his mask. Hey, guys, me.
He's like, "You need to listen to me." Gets tased immediately.
He probably shouldn't have started walking towards him. He probably
Yeah.
should have just been like, guys, wait a minute, hold on. But he's like marching towards them.
I feel like Paxton was gonna shoot him,
Oh, absolutely.
tase him
But I
no
feel
matter
like
what.
his odds, his 0.001% odds were down to 0 as soon as he started walking forward.
Yeah, I mean, even though those odds are too much,
Well,
I think he had a 0%
Let me put it
chance
this
he
way.
wasn't
He's
getting
closing
tased.
the gap. He might have had the slightest bit more time to react and shrink as
Maybe,
the taser's
yeah,
going.
yeah.
But like he did it. He definitely.
I don't think he was thinking about shrinking though.
Probably not.
He was thinking about
Again,
talking to Paxton.
0.0001% odds.
That's what I'm saying. Even that is too much odds.
Fine, add a bunch of zeros to the one. Anyway, he's in the cop car. They're driving. What do you
They're
mean
not
now?
in the cop car yet.
Paxton and his assistant, they grab Scott, they take him away, and we cut to inside the bug zapper.
Yeah.
We see in between, like, I guess the rods of it or whatever.
Yeah, he didn't make it all the way
Yeah.
into the bug
We see him
zapper.
twitching, and then he gets
Like he
straight-
gets shocked again, basically bringing him back
yeah,
to
like
life.
he screams or whatever.
Yeah, he screams because he's being shocked.
Then we cut to the police car.
Yeah.
Scott wakes up like in the back seat.
He's like, "Oh, I left something in the bug zapper."
Needs to be destroyed.
Needs to be
Your
destroyed.
delusions are out of hand.
You're going back to prison.
Yeah.
And then the call comes in on the radio.
380.
There's a something at so and so house at so and so street, and
I think one of the numbers is 380. Like their address is 380 something.
I thought it was 318. But anyway, I thought this was really interesting. Paxton says, "That's my house," and Scott says, "Cassie."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they floor
Immediately
it to the house.
lights on, floor it, turned around.
I don't even think they turn around. I think they just floor it.
No, I'm pretty sure there's a
Do they turn
U-turn,
around?
but
Is there a U-turn?
it's not. It's a small detail that doesn't really
Is
matter.
it an
anymore.
I don't know
They changed-
nod, or is it a no nod?
They changed
Not a
direction.
no. You don't know. Okay.
They make their way towards
They make their way to the house.
They make their way to the house.
So then we
Get
cut
there.
we cut to Cassie's room. We see Yellow Jacket just standing there. He's standing in the room with her.
Menacing.
Bad guy.
And she says, "Are you a monster?
Are
Do
you
I
a
look like a
monster?
monster?"
Do I look like one.
I love how he asks it like so genuinely, like, "Do I look like a monster?"
Well, he's
Yeah.
gone. He's
He's
gone
gone.
crazy.
He's way
He has
gone.
no semblance of sanity anymore.
He's super duper gone.
He's been shrinking and enlarging
Without the mental protection.
yeah.
Plus the stress of everything that's been going on.
Yeah.
So I think we jumped ahead a little bit. There's actually a brief scene outside the house where Maggie comes to They arrive at the house. Maggie goes to Pax and says, "Oh, he's got Cassie or whatever." And then we see in the back of the car, we see Scott like nudging into.
Yeah, he
the
gets
helmet.
into his
Yeah.
helmet.
Yeah.
And then
And then he-
shrinks and
Well,
gets
he
up there.
calls to Paxton, "Let me help, I can help," and they just leave him there.
Stay in the car.
So he forces his way into the helmet, shrinks,
And then we cut to the scene with Yellow Jacket with Cassie. Are you a monster? Do I look like a monster?
So then
I want your daddy too.
Yeah, so bizarre.
he's evil. He's fucked up.
Yeah, but who says that?
He's
Yeah,
freaky.
I want your daddy too.
Well, that's because that's what she says.
I know, but it's just out of context,
I know.
Connor.
And then Scott enters the room.
Yes.
She's like, "Is that you?" He's like, he lifts his mask. Yeah, it's me.
Yeah,
Hi, Peanut.
Hi,
Yeah,
Peanut.
then she-
Why don't you pick out someone your own size? And then he
Throws the disc,
Yeah.
shrinking Yellow Jacket.
And now they're on like the Thomas train.
Yeah,
Oh, this is the
and
best
he's
scene.
like he's in the carpet and he's running.
It's like a forest.
Yeah, and he's like, where are you? Ah, there you are. It's not just me.
Then a
Swarm of ants. And as he's firing, Darren then gets like ambushed by ants on the train as well.
Yeah.
Scott makes his way eventually onto
Jumps
the
onto
train,
the train.
and then like every like car he goes forward, he throws the one behind him at Darren.
But he keeps like hitting them
He
with
keeps
the laser.
Darren keeps like
I love when it like cuts to Cassidy's
Shooting them.
point of view, and
Yeah.
it's just like a train,
The train
the
circling
track,
the track.
little tiny lasers getting shot.
yeah. Like this is what I was talking about before with the close up intense action and then the far away nothingness.
But then eventually,
Oh my god! I was about to say, well, it's a small world, and then I realized that he's whistling. When he's whistling, it's a small world because he's small. It's
Yes.
fucking Ant-Man.
Wow.
How did I not notice?
I honestly don't
That's
know how you did not
crazy.
notice that. Me and
Anyway.
Francisco shared a laugh earlier when we
Yeah, I
talked
thought it was
about
funny
it.
because it's a Disney song. I didn't think
Nope.
about
we were
the
laughing because it was
ramifications.
Small World.
But anyway,
eventually Scott throws one of like the bridge overpass blocks
Yeah.
at him, and then that like kind of
Yeah, like Darren had used it to kill 2 ants,
Yeah.
and then we see the ant blood as Scott grabs it and
shoves
throws
it at
it.
Darren. Is this what knocks him off the
Yes,
train?
this knocks
So he
him
knocks
off.
him off the train onto the tracks, and there's this
And there's
giant towering train
coming.
Thomas the Tank Engine
Yeah.
menacingly approaching. Darren, you know Incredibles, when
like,
Mr. Incredibles is trying to block the train?
Yeah.
He does that, and then it cuts back to Cassie's point of view, and the train just falls off the track.
And it just like yeah.
Just like
topples over.
just the most
There's a little-
unimpressive clink as the
I
train
think
falls
yeah, I
over.
think there's a little continuity error in this because in the POV shot far away, the train looks like it fully falls off the track, but when we cut back to it, it's sideways on the track.
on the train. Yeah, but it's funny.
I know it's funny. I just thought I'd mention the tiny little bit that
Yeah, that's more believable than 20 ants blocking the hammer of a gun.
No,
Yeah. Anyway,
you just got to give that.
I refuse. Anyway, Darren starts chucking. What does he? Does he throw? He
grabs-
throws Thomas.
He throws
Poor
Thomas.
Thomas gets thrown at Ant-Man. He
Ant-
flicks it away.
Flicks away.
like on the window.
on the
seat.
window ledge. Yeah.
And then we cut to Luis in the van. They're driving up.
They pull up. We gotta
We gotta help him. He's our boy. Yeah.
50 cops just like look at
Turn
them.
their heads,
One
looking-
cop like starts slowly walking to them. Like,
Back it up.
reverse,
Back it up.
back it up,
Back it up.
just
Back
back
it
it
up.
up real
Just gotta
slow.
back it up.
Nice
Just
and
nice and
slow.
slow.
Back it up.
Back it up.
Back
Just
it
gonna
up.
back it up.
All right, keep back.
Just keep on backing up.
Oh,
Oh,
Never
the
got that to
crew.
the
I could
right.
totally imagine they slowly 3-point turn, and they like just crawl away. Yeah.
Back to the fight.
So anyway, he starts throwing the enlarging. Darren says
He's
something.
getting
Like,
swarmed by ants at this point.
Yeah.
Darren's like, "You're so hard to hit," and Scott's like, "I agree," and he starts throwing the enlarging
And he
disc,
just-
which Darren is swatting away. And one of them hits
An ant. And enlarges an ant.
And the ant runs down the stairs as Paxton's coming down the
Over
stairs.
Paxton. He's like, what the?
Ah! That's one weird ass dog.
That's a little later, but yeah.
And then another enlarging disc hits Thomas the train.
Just boom, breaks the
Before-
roof.
Before I
Everything.
saw Ant-Man for the first time, I saw a meme on YouTube where there's no audio except for the Thomas the Train theme. And when Thomas enlarges, the music volume is dialed like 50.
Oh my god.
Have you ever seen that video? It's so funny.
I've not seen it, but I think I know what you're talking about, yeah.
As Thomas just comes crashing down. That was my introduction to Ant-Man. Anyway.
I like how when it's like sliding across the line, the eyes are going back and forth
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, then eventually the fight continues. Scott eventually goes like into like a bucket, I think.
Yeah, he like
That's
rolls
what-
around and
Yeah.
it's like firing at him. It's like, you won't stay still.
But eventually, Darren gets bigger, and then Paxton walks into the room.
Yes.
And Darren turns around to
He's
face
trying to get
Paxton.
Cassie out, and Darren's just refusing. He keeps blocking the way.
Yeah, I need her for daddy.
Scott tries to jump into like the yellow jacket suit, like the back of it, but he can't because it's made of
Yeah,
titanium.
he's trying to open it. He's like, I can't get in. It's made of titanium, you nimbit. Or whatever he says.
You moron.
Yeah, more. I think he says moron.
something.
He says something, and then he's like crushing him between the hands, and then we see Scott like arm click the button, and he goes big out of it.
Scott tells Paxton to get Cassidy out of the room while they're still fighting.
Yeah.
But eventually Darren throws Scott out of the window, I think. And then he starts cornering Paxton
Yes.
and Cassidy specifically.
And then he looks up at the suit.
And he's like, the only way through is I'm gonna have to shrink between
The molecules.
Yeah,
the molecules. I'm
So
gonna have to go
he
subatomic.
Turns off the regulator and just goes for it. Jumps
Yeah.
up, continues to shrink.
And he's breaking
He's breaking everything as he's shrinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
And then
scene,
Darren just goes.
this scene is a lot less horrifying after having seen Ant-Man 3. And it's really disappointing because the first time I ever saw this movie, this scene was horrifying.
It is.
All of
it's so
Darren's
horrifying.
limbs and like pieces are shrinking, not even like tiny,
Different
just
sizes.
into nothing
Yeah.
as he's still in there.
Yeah.
And he's screaming. Like, this is a real.
His entire
visceral
body is being.
It's like being trash compacted.
Yeah. And he's not dying. At least we know now that he's not dying.
But like we also when he's gone, he's still alive up until that point. So like he's screaming in agony.
he's screaming in agony as we see basically his body sizing itself
Yeah, it's just getting
over and over. It's growing.
compressed.
It's contract.
Yeah.
Like all those bones are broken. He's just
Super
a pile of mush of
Yeah. I mean, it was the guttural scream of agony from that actor.
yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
But then Scott goes into the
Yeah, he's
quantum
going
realm.
super
We see him go
subatomic.
smaller.
Yeah, we hear like
Cassie's
Cassie's
voice
voice.
like
Yeah,
fading away.
yeah, like where are you?
And as
Come
before
back.
he gets to the quantum realm, as he's shrinking, he's trying to use the button to re-enlarge.
Yeah, and it's not working.
Yeah, and then we see like all the crazy visuals. of
Yeah,
the
like
quantum
it's
realm.
super like
mind warping.
meth head like
Yeah.
The
what
audio of Hank is superimposed where he's warning him not to screw with the regulator.
Yeah.
You'll shrink forever, gone forever.
Yeah.
And then he's gone, and then it's just nothingness.
Yeah.
And he's just floating there for
like
a
a
bit.
black void
Yeah.
thing.
And he can hear.
What's the line
Who's on?
that like brings him to like
Daddy,
try
where are
again?
you?
Yeah, Daddy, where
you
are
can hear
you?
Cassie calling out for him, and
He's thinking he's got to think of something.
that
now.
brings him back. He was originally just kind of like fetal position.
Yeah.
And hearing Cassie
Well, I mean, your
brings
mind
him
would
back
not.
just enough to reach for the blue enlarging
It's a blue.
disc.
Well, he like looks for discs basically. He's like, do I have any left?
Could you imagine if you
And
used
then
the wrong
one-
disc and it just shrinks some
Oh
more?
my god, that would suck.
That would suck.
But he eventually finds that he has one, and it's a blue
One
one,
last blue disc.
and it starts floating away. From him.
Desperately
He's like,
tries
does-
to grab it.
grabs it.
Finally grabs it. Sticks it in where the regulator
He,
would
yeah,
be.
like he opens the belt and he's just like, screw this fucking thing, and he breaks off the regulator,
Sticks the blue
stubs
disc in,
yeah,
closes it, twists it shut, pushes the button, and starts growing.
Yeah.
And as Paxton is putting Cassie to bed, you see this big flash of light. They had to make it super dramatic.
I don't know if he's putting her to
It looks like he's
bed. There's a
think he's, like,
hole
maybe
in her.
comforting her.
Yeah,
I
like,
think
we'll
he's
comfort
just
her.
comforting
She's
her.
in bed. She's sitting in bed. He's like
Yeah.
trying to comfort her. There's this big flash of light, and there's
Scott appears.
Daddy!
They
They
run.
embrace, warm embrace. He's so happy. He's never been happier. And the day saved.
Yay! There's a hole in the roof.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then Maggie comes in. A bunch of SWAT people come in, and then as the main family kind of form packs in there. We see like the lamp
Scott.
shade.
Yeah, Scott like shrinks down
silhouette
and
in the lamp as he like waves off and
Cassidy
flies
goodbye.
sees this.
Yeah.
flies away on the new ant, Rip Anthony.
We see a cut of
This
the
one's
giant
this one
Thomas.
is 248.
This one is the
This one's 248 this time.
Or was it 249? Nah.
Nah, 248.
We get a super quick cut of the giant Thomas laying outside.
Yeah.
The ant runs by.
Yeah,
That's a
big
weird.
ant.
Then
weird
there's
ass
your.
dog.
That's a weird ass looking dog.
Then we get back to the Pym house.
They're trying to jog Scott's memories or
he can't-
anything
Yeah,
you
he's-
remember.
Nah, sorry.
Can't remember anything from the quantum realm.
And they're
But you
they're
did it.
disappointed that he can't give them specifics, but they're insanely thrilled. Regardless,
gave them
because
hope.
he gave them he made it
He had
in
hope.
and he made it back out.
Yeah.
So then Hank's like, maybe she's
possible?
He
still
kind of reignites his ambition to further
to
the
look,
research.
basically. Yeah.
And we see the frame of the picture frame of the family portrait without
With
Janet's
the Janet's covered by like the sun hat.
Yeah, because I think Scott and Hope they leave the room for this, and then he
looks over
He,
the
he
door.
opens the door and they're just kissing, and then
Yeah.
Scout's like, "What are you doing, Hope? Grabbing me and kissing me like that?"
Scott, you're full of shit.
Oh yeah. He's so confident. Just walks away.
Then we cut to a family dinner. Scott's eating with Cassidy.
Yeah, he got his
Paxton tells
visitation.
Paxton tells him that because of the security cameras, there's nothing that says he broke out. So in his report, he says he processed Scott correctly.
You were processed correctly. No one's gonna come
Scott's like,
after
thank
you,
you for doing
basically.
that for Cassidy. But
Yeah.
like, no, I did that for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Respect for Scott now.
Yeah.
He's grown as a.
And there's like a weird awkward.
This is
tension.
awkward. What are we talking
Yeah,
about? I did
have a
cartwheel
perfect.
today.
I have a perfect conversation. I didn't. No, you didn't. As a professional athlete.
He shows him the video. Of her doing
Cartwheel. She feeds the ant that's
The
now under the
giant
table.
ant.
The giant ant. They're using. It's a dog now. Like to them.
Tragically, this ant was confiscated after the Sokovia Accords.
Aw,
That's my headcanon. Do you think there's not a shield agent, like an FBI agent somewhere that just has a pet giant ant?
Oh yeah.
1,000. You think it's?
Are you kidding me? Why would they kill
what's his
this
name- what's his
buddy?
name? Is it Jimmy?
Jimmy Woo.
Jimmy Woo.
Jimmy Woo.
You think
Jimmy
he just
Woo
has a
would have
pet
it.
ant, the pet ant at his house. He'll give it back after the probation.
Yeah, something.
But then the scene ends. Scott gets a work.
Wait, don't we see the ant in the probation scene playing the drums at one point?
Oh yeah, we do. Huh? Where'd he come from?
Where
Oh
did
no,
he
that
go?
might be a different. That might be
Where
a
did he
different
come
ant.
from? Cotton Eye Joe.
It might be a different ant because they specified that they needed an ant to wear the ankle monitor for Scott while he's gone. So that and
Okay, but like, is it a different ant?
we don't know. Could be not. Anyway, Scott gets a work call.
We have he meets up with Luis. They're outside like a restaurant or whatever, and he gets one last story.
One last giant story.
One last job
story. These are the best moments, and
Crazy stupid fire.
we get the Stan Lee cameo in this story.
The very end of the movie.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
This whole movie, you're just like, where's the cameo? And then it shows
There it
up.
is.
Yep, there it is. There it is.
But basically, he knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who's looking for
Ant-Man.
Did Badass tell the stupid fine writer chick to tell me because I'm tight with that man and that he's looking for you? And what did he say?
He said, yes.
So
End of movie.
End of credits roll.
The Avengers are mentioned by name, and we can see that it's the Falcon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, don't we see the Falcon in...
Yes.
He's like on a bench talking
Yeah,
to the
he's-
lady.
yes. We see.
I'm just because we didn't say it, we were just kind of glossing over it.
Oh.
Luis mentions the Avengers by name, and in the flashbacks
We
can
see
that
Falcon.
it's Falcon.
Yeah. We physically... There's no
So
guessing.
Falcon is looking for Ant-Man.
Yes. And then the credits happen. And then the after credits.
Well, we get a mid-credit scene with
The
Hank.
mid-credits. That's what I meant by saying after credits.
So
after
Hank-
those credits.
We see Hank going down back to the lab with Hope. He wants to show her something.
Yeah.
You can't destroy power, but can only make sure it's in the right hands.
Mm-hmm.
And he shows Hope an advanced prototype of the Wasp suit.
We were working on this together, but now I realize we were working on it for you. And she's like, it's about goddamn time.
Next time, baby.
Yeah.
Next time, baby.
Next time, baby.
Fortunately, she does get the next time, baby.
Yeah.
But then the after credits scene
Yes.
is literally just verbatim a clip from Civil War,
literally just a Civil War clip.
where basically Bucky's
They've caught Bucky.
captured and they're like, we're on our own. Not quite.
I made no guy.
Ant-Man will return.
Well, because you can think of that moment in Civil War.
Like, out of context, like, what is happening?
Well, it's
they're
just,
on their own.
They're on their own. I mean, out of
Better
context,
than
it's
nothing.
just to show you the moment that Falcon says to Cap, "Hey, I know a guy," and that. I feel like that moment is kind of before the whole Louise story. You know what I mean?
Well,
so it's like,
I honestly,
but they
I'm not
can't
saying,
do it obviously.
I'm
until
not saying
after.
guaranteed no, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's just trying to find Ant-Man at this point, and then is only successful after the Sokovia Accord stuff happens. Maybe.
I always kind of took it as
I'm sure as soon
I
as
know a
Ant-Man
guy,
steals
and
the
then that.
technology and leaves, Falcon's looking for him.
Well, yeah, he's looking for him, but like, I still think like I may know a guy is still in like kind of reference to.
He also knows that it's Scott. Like, hi, I'm Scott.
Yeah,
Sees
hi, I'm
his face.
Scott,
His
yeah.
face was on the news because
Yeah.
he robbed Vista Corp. He's not a hard guy to find. And then they mentioned in the showing of the Yellow Jacket suit that he's getting more money for the Yellow Jacket suit because Ant-Man was able to break into the Avengers compound. Like, word gets around fast.
Yeah,
So
And that concludes the movie.
that concludes the movie.
What do we think of Ant-Man?
Pretty good movie.
it's a good
It's a
one.
solid film.
It's a solid movie.
Solid.
I really like Ant-Man.
Solid.
It's a nice low stake. Well, it's not really low stakes, but it's lower stakes.
It's very self-contained. It's very,
Self-contained.
like,
It's very, very self-contained.
it's its own thing. I think it works. It's fun. I think
Yeah.
Darren's not the best villain.
No,
He's a great actor given a weird character.
Yeah.
But he's a really
There's a
good
lot of
actor.
potential.
I certainly like certain moments where he's like gone crazy.
Yeah.
But I like Scott. I like Hope.
Yeah.
I like Scott.
The whole family.
Paul Rudd just brings Scott.
I
to
like
fucking life,
Hank.
man.
I know he kind of reminds me of, in a way, Tony Stark. Not like the arrogance, but like Tony Stark knows that he's
I mean,
kind
they
of
are
a
kind of birds of the same.
yeah. Tony Stark knows that he's kind of an abrasive asshat. It feels like Hank is like that, but like in denial. Like Hank does not denial per se, but like
It's
he
that
doesn't. He's not.
snobby, rich,
Yeah, he's not like
genius kind of
He's not
attitude.
completely aware that he's an abrasive asshole.
Yeah.
Let's not
He just
dwell
thinks
on
he's
the
right.
past.
He just thinks
Yeah,
he's
let's
right.
not dwell on the past.
Yeah. But
Any final thoughts?
I know they're not going to do it. It would be kind of interesting to see like a movie or even like a TV show of the original Ant-Man doing Ant-Man stuff. Maybe they could even do the what if art style, like animated, because they're not going to be able to get
Ant-Man being Ant-Man.
Like Hank Pym.
Yeah,
like
Hank
how
Pym.
like how Hank Pym was being Ant-Man.
Yeah, that way you don't have to get a new actor.
I mean, I know
or keep
Scott-
the 80-year-old guy in an action movie and DH him. You could just animate it.
I'm pretty sure Scott Lang being Ant-Man's a big deviation from the comics. I
Well,
think it
he's
is
number 2 Ant-Man in the comics, but like Hank Pym was an Avenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this movie kind
we
of-
don't see any like interaction of Hank being an Avenger.
Well, he hates the Starks.
But yeah, that's why I think
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to get more of a look at his relationship
Like prime
with Shield,
Hank Ant-Man.
because we know that he's a rocky relationship with them,
Mm-hmm.
but it can't have been all bad because he was still working there way after Janet died.
True.
It couldn't have been like burnt bridges immediately.
He did. We do see him resign.
Yeah,
It's like he didn't resign immediately after Janet's
Yeah.
death.
but yeah, that would have been fascinating to see. Scott has a fantastic relationship with Cassie.
It's so good in this movie.
And it's just as good in Ant-Man 2, and then it's ruined in Ant-Man 3. There's no Ant-Man 3 in Basing City. But
Bah.
That
Sing
concludes,
Say.
this concludes Phase 2.
concludes Phase 2.
Final film of Phase 2.
It feels weird that this is the final film of Phase 2.
Yeah, it's not the big
to me.
event
It's
film.
like
You know, the
yeah.
final film of Phase 3 isn't even Endgame, it's Spider-Man.
That also
always
feels
end
weird.
on
That's like an
Weird.
epilogue, though.
Yeah.
To Endgame.
Yeah, that also does. Yeah, it does feel more of a.
This one's a bit of
epilogue.
like not an anticlimactic.
It just is like, wait, we're in Phase 3 all of a sudden,
Yeah.
huh?
It's yeah, but It couldn't be before Ultron because they dropped a city on people, and
I didn't say it.
I know.
Like, I'm just. It just feels a little weird that Ant-Man concludes Phase 2.
Well, I don't think they were thinking of phases
Probably not.
in that way at that point. It was probably just, all right, well, here's the story, and here's what we're going to do.
Like,
what's released after this?
I think is it Civil War? Is that the first movie of Phase 3?
Is Civil War the first? Okay.
Well,
That feels adequate for the first of
because
the
Ant-Man
phase.
is 2015, so Civil War might be because Civil War came out in 20. It is Civil War.
Yeah.
What's the first movie after Civil War?
Doctor Strange.
That's a great movie.
The Guardians. All right. Anyway.
That's the movie.
Take us out.
Thank you all for tuning in, watching, listening, whatever method you're using. It was great. We had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun messing with this guy, and he did not have any fun.
Fucker.
But yeah, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time, folks.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
You know, immediately someone was already texting Cap or some
yeah.
shit.
He's sending him a telegram.
Equivalent messaging. I say text because that's the equivalence in my mind.
He gets a 1920s era guy knock on his door. Telegram for Mr. Captain America. Throws him it's just a note that says, "Tiny man beat Falcon."
Yeah.
Falcon embarrassed.
Falcon embarrassed. Beaten by Tiny Man.